Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
What's going on?
15-7 on yours.
15-7.
Yeah.
But it just hit like it.
Live from the RA Center here in Ottawa, Ontario. This is Trials Direct Entry Action on the men's side. Your 8 p.m. draw coming to you straight from youtube.com/Curling Canada. My name is Andrew Denny, and I'm a member of the communications team here at Curling Canada. To my left, I'm joined by none other than Lynn Kriviazik.
Hello, Curling World.
Hey,
nice to be here.
How are you doing, Lynn?
Very well, thanks. Nice to be here. My first appearance at the RA Center, and happy to have a seat behind the glass.
Absolutely. Now, Lynn is a member of the Kriviazik family and has been colloquially, that's the word I'm looking for, known as the first family of curling in Ottawa. Can you tell us a little bit more about your team and your curling accolades?
Oh gosh, myself and my two sisters play competitively. My eldest sister Allison, now living overseas, was a member of Team Homan, and my youngest sister Cheryl is actually here competing this weekend on Team Lauren Mann. So saw her quickly in the parking lot on the way out. And I play competitively myself on Team Jacqueline Harrison.
And you'll be at the Home Hardware Pre-Trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia as well, won't you?
We will. I'm looking forward to that in a month's time, going out east. Exciting. Happy to snag the last spot and not have to be playing in that pre-qualifier event with all these teams this weekend.
A lot of strong competition, no doubt. Speaking of strong competition, today's feature game is between Team Glenn Howard of Penetanguishene, Ontario, and Team Mike McEwen. Both names that are very well known to curling fans across the country. And both teams are 2-1 right now in this modified double round robin Trials Direct Entry event. The format is as follows. You play a round robin, which will then seed you for an additional round robin, the highest seed playing the lowest seeds, and the lowest seeds playing the highest seeds in a ladder format. And then the best record gets an automatic entry into the trials in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And there are a myriad of tiebreaker situations, as this will be based on best record. But with 2 more games to come after this one, so 3 inclusive, there are several situations that could still play out. As we get things rolling here in the first end, Team Mike McEwen will have the hammer, as they drew the pin twice in their practice. It'll be Tim March leading us off, the lead for Team Glenn Howard. Tim, a 2-sport athlete, an excellent baseball player as well, and very well known for his sweeping ability. An effective sweeper and certainly a strong one.
Good.
Sweeping end to end specifically, the Briar.
His cardio is quite strong.
Line, curl a bit. Whoa.
Looks like Glenn is electing to draw into the house with their first stone.
So Glenn had commented during the practice that perhaps the ice is a little bit slower and curlier than what they've seen. So interesting to see how quickly the teams will pick up on that.
Indeed, as that rock finds purchase in the 8-foot. Colin Hodgson for Team Mike McEwen now, tasked with hitting this stone.
Okay, good. Good seat.
As that will come down to the nose.
Looks like we're gearing up to have a pretty easy first end here on a 10-end game.
Yes.
Danny, when was the last time you played a 10-end game?
Many years ago. My body isn't quite as strong as it used to be, so 10 ends is a challenge.
Weight's good. Yep. Yep.
Tim March here with the second in the first end.
Hard, Dave.
David Mathers on the sweep.
Hard, Dave.
Sweeping to keep that rock straight.
Right to it. Good sweeping.
As that will hit and flop back to the center line. Seems both teams will be content to run the rocks up and down, bank a little time, and break the ice in.
Sim.
Clean. Colin Hodgson with his second. Clean. Certainly a value to pass a couple of rocks over the center line, as most teams will not play this path in their practice.
Colin's with them too.
So there can be a lot of fresh pebble down that center path.
And we see the time clocks above the scoreboards on the one end. Denny, have we had any issues with the time clock so far this tournament?
No, every team has actually been fairly expedient with their time management. Mentioned earlier that most of these teams are finding a way to bank a lot of time with ends like this in a 10-end format, and With 2 timeouts available as well, there's ample time to play these games. As David Mathers through and makes a nose hit there for Team Glenn Howard. This will be Derek Samagalski now for Team Mike McEwen, throwing the second stones.
Whoa.
Team McEwen representing the West St. Paul Curling Club in Winnipeg,
Whoa, clean.
or in West St. Paul, depending on how you look at it. And we say hello to our curling fans in Manitoba and Ontario and across Canada, as we are thrilled to bring you curling action here. The late draw from the RA Centre in Ottawa, Ontario.
Yep. Whoa.
David Mathers with his second.
Whoa.
Tim March tending to that stone.
And Scott bowing out a little early on that one. Conserving his energy, perhaps?
Yeah, there's a lot of energy to conserve. It's a long week. And perhaps he just didn't see any value in following it. He said, Tim, you're a good sweeper. You'd handle this one. Derek Samagalski now. As this rock is gradually starting to crawl its way to the wing.
Good. Yeah, well.
And
Pretty good.
Team McEwen will have a nose hit and potentially a biter. Makes no difference. Free guard zone has expired, so Glenn Howard will be hitting. As Glenn's son Scott Howard delivers his first here in the first end.
Hard.
Scott known in his friend and family circles as Gomer.
Right to it.
So you may hear Scott referred to as Gomer and when the mics are hot and they're discussing strategy. Pay it no mind.
Timmy with his first end-to-end sweep. We'll be sure to count how many of those will be this game.
Yeah, Tim can be sure to skip the gym this week. Here's third Reed Carruthers for Team Mike McEwen.
Whoa.
Reed and Mike have had a lot of success together in the past.
Good.
As that rock will hit close to the nose and flip to the wing.
More.
Full 12.
Yep, I know.
Scott Howard with his second here in the first.
Yep.
A series of routine nose hits here for both teams.
Yep.
They seem to be playing in different sides of the sheet, so getting a sense of where the curl is. And I think they're finding the curl right in this path.
Yeah, I think you are spot on. It definitely found the curl there as that rock will hit and roll and spill to the back of the house. Scott saying he's a little light. And that will add to the curl if you detract weight from the throw. Reed Carruthers now with his second.
Whoa. Go ahead, Colin.
You'll see Reed with his throwing device as he's made the adjustment from a Manitoba tuck to a flatter foot slide. And is still an absolutely elite curler. There aren't too many players on this sheet that can't make a shot. Yeah, you'll see Glenn Howard come down now.
Seems to be.
Throwing his first in the first end. These hits at the back of the house can be a little bit trickier as it gives the rock a little more opportunity to curl.
Whoa. Easy. Whoa, Tim. Right off. Yep.
Sweepers are broom up watching this one. As that will coast to the nose. And sit in the back 8.
Yeah, not a crazy amount of curl on these soft weight hits.
They seem to be very controlled. Here's Skip Mike McEwen now. A 6-time Brier champion.
Clean.
Or 6-time Manitoba champion, I should say.
Clean.
6 Brier appearances.
Easy, Derek.
And actually finished second at the 2017 Olympic trials. So was very close to becoming an Olympian. And certainly hungry for more.
That was just firm normal. Yeah.
Glenn Howard now settling into the hack. 18 Brier appearances, though he has about 20-some years senior on Mike McEwen.
Yep.
4 Brier championships and 4 world championships.
Yep. Oh, easy.
And the guy can still throw a good curling rock.
Yep.
Yeah. Ageless.
Just sweeping it in here for the nose.
That will bop the nose and sit in the back 4. It'll fall to Mike McEwen now to hit and roll out for his blank.
Pretty classic first end of curling.
You love to see it, Lynn.
I think the teams do too on these long 10-end games. Happy to get one out of the way and
Clean.
Yeah, certainly break down that pebble and bank a little time on the clock for when the ends get more complicated. No mistake there from Mike McEwen as he will hit and roll out for the blank. That'll make a 0-0 score here after one. A reminder that if you want more curling information about this event in particular, you can go to curling.ca/scoreboard. Or if you'd like the same information in French, you can go to curling.ca/résultats. Lynn, what do you think we'll see here in the second end?
I think we'll see a couple more rocks in play. I think we'll see Tim's first rock here, perhaps going up as a center guard, and we'll see, just a little more action this end.
Well, then your crystal ball works great because there's the signal for a tight center line guard for Tim March, lead of Team Howard, as you see on the bug and on the broadcast.
Yep.
And you'll hear Tim talking to his teammates, talking about the weight on this path as he delivers his first.
Thought he threw it. No, I think it's good though. Agree? Yeah, you do.
Team Howard throwing Yellowstones in this game. Mike McEwen retaining
Get it
hammer
tight.
from a blank in the first. A
Line's a
0-0
little tight,
score
but that's
as we
fine.
proceed to the second.
Really curling, boys.
This rock looks like it found some early curl.
Okay, Tim.
Nestles into a number 2 guard, just crossing the center line.
Nice shot there by Tim March, whose wife Kimmy is at home and has a shout out for Tim. Good luck.
Hope you're well, Kim. Sending our love from Ottawa. And speaking of shout-outs, I hear we have a very special fan watching right now, celebrating a 70th birthday. It'd be Robin Carruthers.
Yes.
Robin, if you're listening, happy 70th.
Happy birthday.
And we hope you're enjoying this live coverage here of curling in Ottawa.
So here we go. We've got 2 guards up in play, so we will certainly see some more action this end.
A little more
Whoa.
infrastructure to work
How's the
with
line,
as Tim March will throw his second of the first
Top
half.
4, top 8.
Line's good.
We have to go.
Okay. Line's real
Top
good.
8. Wait's
Line's
there.
really good.
Wait's there.
Never Scott. Really
Let's see it
curling, boys.
stop a bit.
Really curling. That looks real good. I think you can go, boys. Get in here. Get in deeper.
Really finishing right into
Shot,
the middle
Tim.
there.
Shot,
eh?
Tim.
Yeah, there's a lot of late finish on this sheet. We saw during the 3:30 broadcast that you can be wide and really work that rock back, but if you're tight and you need to get to the inside, it's an exceptionally difficult task to hold that rock.
What?
As Colin Hodgson now delivers his second.
No, not that heavy. No, back line.
So Denny, are they calling the tick here?
It looks like they are. The weight would certainly be consistent with that kind of call.
Go.
So the tick shot, of course, is just nudging a center guard over, and in doing so, makes a very, very nice shot to almost get under the red corner guard. I think it's about half showing.
Yeah, beautiful effort there from Colin
be
Hodgson
slow.
as he wicks off the front and spills the shooter into a great spot.
I agree.
Are you a fan of the tick shot, Denny?
I love watching it. I don't like throwing
I
it.
think you have to throw it
It's a
hard,
difficult
that's
shot,
gonna
and I miss a lot of them.
Yeah.
So David Mather's now tasked with an inside-out hit.
Solid. Whoa. Tim.
They are calling to sweep this one for curl.
Hard
Easy. Scott. Whoa. Tim a bit.
Tim.
No, whoa. Tim a bit. Yeah.
By the guard with ample room. They'll make contact and roll to the far side of the house. And that will rest in the back 12, spin back slightly undercover from the right-hand hack. Team Howard lying 2 for now.
Normal, Derek.
As you'll see, Derek Semigalski settle into the hack. Second
Yeah.
for Team McEwen.
So that top shot is fully exposed, so there is an opportunity for a double here, but they're opting to ignore that back rock. Get a hit and roll.
Hard. Split center.
This rock is curling.
Hard! Hard, hard, hard!
As that will run by the double and stick right there. Shot stone belonging to Mike McEwen at the top of the 8-foot. As Glenn Howard will call a hit on this rock for David Mathers, playing second for Team Glenn Howard.
Hey, this curl's in here, Dave.
So we're trying not to be biased on this this broadcast here tonight. This is my ticket to watch Team Howard.
I mean, you are married to David Mathers.
Team Howard, who are my roommates for the weekend.
Oh, you're moving it good. Keep going. Great sweeping.
Yeah, certainly no partisanship on your end, I'm sure.
None.
That's all right. I'll keep you level. As David Mathers will hit and roll to the edge of the 12-foot. Mike McEwen sizing up his hit and roll to counter with Derek Semigalski's second stone here in the second.
Yep. Wait, Scott. Yep. Gotta go. Yep. Clean. Gotta go. Yep. Gotta go, Hodge.
Colin Hodgson on the sweep.
Gotta go all the way.
Working this one hard.
Big roll, all the way over. Yep,
So plan B implemented there for Team Mike McEwen as couldn't roll to get under the guard, but choosing to roll as far as possible. It's still a well-executed shot.
Not gonna be as hard as Dave.
Scott Howard now for his first in the second end.
Yep. Hard! Gotta go, Dave! Really hard, Dave!
So we're seeing another over curl here.
Dave, come on, the backward.
Trying not to
Oh, God.
jam on that back shot as we just saw.
Yeah, he will jam and spill, and the shooter will roll out, it would seem. Indeed it does, and Mike McEwen will now sit at the back of the 12-foot, just barely biting. A vast miscalculation for Scott Howard. And turns into a tough result, and as the deuce is now in play for Mike McEwen here in the second.
It's probably close. You guys can work it.
Opportunity to come around their corner guard here to lie two, and Team Howard will be chasing, having to come up with their plan after this point.
Yeah, Reed Carruthers likely licking his chops in the hack, ready to plant this rock behind cover and sit two.
Not that close. Okay, roll then.
That center path well worn in thanks to a series of hits in the first end. Should be right up to speed.
Sweepers right off it, indication that's a little heavy, although it looks like it's settling in there nice.
Yep, finding that
I
curl.
think it's already back there. It's already back. There's room for a couple.
As Glenn will move to scrub
that's
as that rock settles, biting the 8-foot.
What's his speed,
A little
boys?
bit of a missed opportunity there for Team Mike McEwen, but still sitting two. Scott Howard with his second here in the second end. Looking for some redemption.
It's heavy.
Whoa!
Off, Dave, off.
Tim!
So are they opting the freeze or the little bump here?
David Mather signaling this rock may be heavy by sticking his broom in the air.
Oh, man. Tim, keep going.
As that rock is strong and wicks off. Another miss there, unfortunately, for Scott Howard. Just a little strong on that delivery. Rolls open.
Yeah.
So where's the best place to place your shooter on this hit and roll, Lynn? What do you think?
You know, going anywhere to the middle does give Team Howard an opportunity to come back with the double, although your rock would still be behind the tee line. So still a good situation for Team Mike McEwen, despite any sort of roll here.
Just pop.
Indeed, that task will fall to Reed Carruthers. Playing third for Mike McEwen.
Yep.
Yeah, we see the spot curling again.
Hard Hodge. Okay.
That will come down to the nose and flip to the outside just a little bit.
I don't know. He looked close.
A little tap and roll. Look at this.
Yeah.
That actually threw that good.
Okay. It's good. There's a curl.
Yeah. You gotta kill it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta wait till
Solid hack.
This is curling.
Solid hack.
Dave was pretty back on his hit.
So Team Howard here only opting to throw just enough weight to remove that stone. Try to maybe get a hair of a flop to the behind the corner guard.
Solid hack.
To try to take that side red rock out of play.
And certainly impede any thoughts of trying to have it removed from play
behind the guard,
by sitting in front of the red rock.
Ooh, not as much as I thought. Solid hack. I guess if I just got to tuck it in a little bit, don't I? You were bored on yours, didn't you, Dave?
I was pretty aggressive back.
I know. That's pretty good. Let's get ready.
Glenn Howard with his first here in the second.
Whoa! Whoa!
Close, close, close. Close.
Tim, you really got to go.
Close.
Tim, you really got to go.
Sweeping to curl now.
Really got to go, Tim.
As that rock will find the nose. Perhaps a little more weight than they anticipated.
I think you're just nosing it, aren't you?
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think so.
It's hard to roll away, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, even if you feather that, it's going to be fine.
Yep.
So an opportunity now here for
I'd
Mike
like to get
McEwen.
it away. I think that's our best chance at 2.
You can hit and lie 3.
I agree. I don't want to get too crazy on the ice. I think you just got to make it with sweeping.
Okay, what kind of weight
Chatting
are you
out what their
thinking
best
of?
opportunity
Think we
to
gotta
secure
make
a
that
2-point score here is.
Like, do we,
Anything more
is
is
it the same
definitely a
ice as
bonus.
control?
Yeah,
I like
certainly
that.
got to lock up the
Bump,
deuce
take.
before you start thinking about multiples
that?
of 3
Right
or
there?
4. Can't get too far ahead of yourself in a caliber event of
Oh.
this magnitude.
Yeah. Because I. And then
These
this
are
is
extremely good teams.
I'd love to roll Derek's way, but. Less ice!
So trying to hit and roll slightly. Of course, hitting right on the nose would give Glenn Howard the exact same shot that he had just thrown.
Try to hit
So
like
trying to
half-
have Glenn look at something
half
a
of
little
them.
different.
Mike McEwen now settling into the hack for his first of the second end.
Easy and wide.
Whoa!
Yep! 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 Yep!
Hard!
This rock finding some curl.
Hard! Right up! Right to the nose! Keep going! Keep going! No roll! No roll!
As they're by the guard easily and roll to flush
Okay, okay.
with that rock in the back 12.
Freeze.
And Mike McEwen will sit 3.
A nice plan B. I don't believe they were intending
it's
to
over
roll
here,
that
Florida.
way,
That-
but
that
this
might be too
this
much.
really puts the pressure on
Right there.
Team Howard,
Yep, forcing Glenn to make a good one here to get out of trouble.
considering his last shot was a board weight hit. He's throwing something completely different here, so pretty tough shot for Team Glenn Howard.
Okay, boys.
Yeah, looking to draw freeze into that
You think
pile
it's a hair
there
quicker than
and
that, do you?
shorten up the
Kinda feel like
house.
It is. Or does Scott really whip his?
If you're light, you
Okay.
could wreck on the front. If you're heavy, you could be by everything. There's really no margin for error on this shot. So a gut check here in the second end immediately for Glenn Howard.
Room!
Sweeper's tending to it.
Line's good! Yes! Yes! Hard!
This rock finding some curl.
Whoa! Tim!
They are by the guard with space.
Tim, you really got to go. Really got to go, Tim.
Tim March working that sweep to curl, and he'll kiss off. And that'll leave that yellow rock exposed out the back.
Like that?
And
Same
it's
way?
not the result Glenn Howard was hoping for.
You hit the rock to here. So
Oh, yeah, I could throw the same.
And it
Yeah,
sounded like the
so-
sweepers liked it coming
Where was
down,
the
but that
broom
was
then?
easily sort of a back 12
Where
weight,
was the broom?
so just enough to kiss off, and unfortunately leaving slightly open chance here. I'm not quite sure how much you could see, but
like I
certainly
think
enough to
I
go for
played
it
the
for a big
same
4
broom.
score.
Yeah, all you have to do is
Same
get
way.
to nose, and there's enough room there, especially with that much curl.
That is moving.
And Mike McEwen looking to score big early
Weight.
here in the second.
Kind of like a hawkish, heavy hawkish.
Last stone of the second end coming up.
Hart, just hit it.
Go ahead.
Sweepers commenting
Go
early
ahead,
that it's a
Lance,
little
perfect.
light.
Keep going, Colin.
Hodgson on the right and Samigalski on the left, working this stone hard as it
Go
draws
ahead,
in.
Don't sweep. Curl.
Sweeping to curl now,
Curl.
as they'll get it on the high angle.
Go, 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 Reed. Go, 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 go. Go.
Couldn't quite get it on the nose.
Wow.
And it looks like they'll have to settle for 2 here.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. So a
And
potential 4.
Unfortunate sweeping error there.
Yeah. Tricky spot there to navigate as well. We saw both teams trying to figure out the best way to make that inside-out movement work for them. So a 4 squandered, but a 2 is still very good with hammer, and Mike McEwen will take it
Yeah.
as he leads 2-0 after the second end.
And Team Glenn Howard's going to know that they were a little lucky on the lucky end of that scenario there. So
Certainly a lot lucky. An easy 4 staring Mike McEwen in the sorry, I shouldn't say an easy 4. There's no such thing as an easy shot in curling. Every shot is tricky,
Not a bad line call.
but certainly a juicy opportunity. Of no matter,
Well, it's
with
I
10
wasn't
ends,
concerned because of how
there's
his
plenty of
first one
curling
fell.
left. A reminder that if you'd like to have live notifications
I needed to
sent to your mobile device, your tablet,
We need to
or your
cover
desktop
like
PC,
before the hog line.
you can subscribe to the YouTube Curling Canada channel by pressing the red button underneath this video on your interface and clicking the bell, and you will have live notifications sent to your phone. And you can't miss a broadcast.
Good deuce.
that's an
nonetheless.
interesting feature.
It certainly is, and a very handy one for curling fans who are trying to schedule their days and take in as much curling as they can. As Colin Hodgson leads us off here in the third.
looks heavy.
Too bad. Still max.
Colin, known as the owner and operator of Dynasty Curling Apparel, as well as a chef. And from what I can tell, quite a good one.
Both teams out on the ice tonight wearing Dynasty, looking very spiffy, both of them.
Yeah, curling uniforms have come a long way in the last 10 or 15 years.
You didn't care for the pace setter jackets?
I love my
Denny?
pace setter jacket. It's still hanging in my closet.
Pretty good, eh?
I mean, it may not be as fashionable as today's wear, but it certainly has the sentimental value.
Nothing is better than a unisex
What?
jacket.
It is baggy, even
short?
on
Not
a
short.
Oh, yeah.
larger guy like me. As Tim March will throw the corner guard.
Mike's throwing that 6 rock here. Straight fast.
Yeah.
Slips into a very nice 2.5 position.
So we're seeing a similar start to last end with the corner and the center guards. So we're in for another interesting end.
Colin Hodgson quickly out of the hack, certainly wasting no time.
Yeah, I agree.
Little hot.
Can wait right now.
Looking to come around his center guard.
Cat.
Top 4.
Line's good.
Go ahead. Yeah, curl.
Go ahead.
A little bit of room to make up there as that rock hangs a little bit, but
Good.
Shot. Good spot.
Derek Samigalski finishing that rock in. About halfway
Look at
exposed.
this.
Still an excellent result for Colin Hodgson and
goes.
Team McEwen.
Here. Okay.
So the initial thought there from Glenn was to come in and freeze to that stone that was just delivered, but Tim and team looking to counter that, and they'll go around the corner guard instead.
Thought he threw that.
No, I got
Room.
I got tons of weight.
A lot of room.
Okay.
Weight's there.
Dave.
We're only looking to be about top 12, top
Dave,
8 on
you really
this.
gotta
You
go.
don't want to be too deep.
There it goes, though. There it
Keep
goes.
going, keep going.
Gotta get
Keep
rid of it
going,
here.
keep going.
They're
You
sweeping
gotta
the
make
curl
it-
this
Keep
one.
going.
Keep
Easy.
going.
Easy. Easy.
Got lots of-
Yeah, go, Scott. Come on. Go, go, go. Scott,
Tons of
go,
weight.
go, 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 go. Go, go,
They're
go.
sweeping to keep that one
Good
straight
shot.
now as that nestles in the 12 foot on the edge. That is buried.
This is a pretty classic curling scenario with the rocks behind either guard.
Yeah, you'll see this one in the
I mean,
textbooks
even if
of
you
how to
grab the
play
net.
with the 5 rock rule with and without hammer. An excellent match with classic fundamentals here this evening from the RA Center in Ottawa.
Yeah.
opting to follow their own in the middle there.
Derek Samagalski for Team Mike McEwen with his first.
Not heavy. It's close. Weight's close.
Weight's good.
A little bit of room on this stone still.
You go around? Yep. Yeah. Hard.
Needs to work. The calling plan B to draw around that guard down. Or around the rock in the forefoot.
Yeah, got to get it off it just a little bit. Got to bounce it just a little. Good. Okay. Okay.
And plan B.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting lie.
This one.
Yeah, certainly a tricky spot. Kind of caught in between both. And the result worked out. It's there is a double available there for Glenn. But very difficult to call that audible in the middle of a shot. But the sweeper has recognized a little bit of extra weight and communicated that to Mike.
Solid.
And here's David Mathers.
Whoa.
Throwing second stones here for Team Glenn Howard.
Hard. Scott. Hard.
Sweeping to keep this straight.
Hard. It's going to go up top anyway.
This rock will make contact.
Beauty shot.
Bump off the nose and sit flush. Top of the 4. Behind cover.
And a good result there. Nice sweep to save that one, which also seemed like it was over-curling slightly on them.
Yeah, great sweep there from Scott Howard.
Just smooth.
He's no Tim March, but he can do it.
Yep.
Derek Samagalski now with his second.
Really got to go.
Playing a peel and roll.
Really got to go.
He'll flop over, make contact with the guard, bump it back, and spin away past the 4-foot line.
Yeah.
So it certainly removes the out turn here, draw for a right-handed curler. And leaves the in-turn side exposed.
What do you think, Tim? I've drawn the. Yeah, it's not. +4.
I think they're going with the in-turn draw here just to come right up to their own to essentially leave a yellow-red lined up, which is sort of a scary situation for Mike McEwen if this is made.
You certainly don't want to tap that pile too hard either. The angles are quite nice if you're Team Glenn Howard.
Whoa.
So a well-managed rock here certainly be required.
No, Tim, no. It's got to stop.
Yep. Whoa.
It's heavy.
It's okay. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Hard, Tim.
Yep. Hard, Tim. You gotta go.
Hard, Tim.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
This rock curling hard late.
What are they hitting? Great shot, though.
Yeah, got across the nose and managed to bump that additional yellow rock frozen.
So it seems like the sweepers are getting a little surprised, whether it's by the weight or just the amount of curl at the end that's affecting the weight. But something to them to certainly keep an eye on, as it is only the third end of their game here.
Yeah, that broke very hard at the end. And it certainly took a lot of the weight with it. As Reed Carruthers delivers his first here in the third end.
Hard! Really gotta go! Go!
So he plays an angle in.
Good.
And bumps the yellow off. Frozen will sit paired up on top of the button. Sitting 2 is Mike McEwen without hammer here in the third. We'll give Glenn something to think about.
Okay.
That's not awful.
No,
Nose.
it's not there. No.
Glenn sifting through his options.
Shooter.
Yeah, but then it leaves him a double. You gotta hang around. Try and nose it.
Okay.
Board.
Selecting for a board weight hit. And here's Scott Howard delivering his first.
Yep. Hard. Hard, Tim.
Timmy with the big sweep.
Hard, Tim. You gotta go. Good sweeping. Jeez.
My goodness, just feathered by that rock in the 8-foot there.
And that's why Timmy gets paid the big bucks.
They pay him big bucks? I guess if you're a lead, you don't have to carry the broom. That's probably payment enough. Heck of a shot there. Yeah, it would have been disaster if they
Actually,
kissed off
try
that
to
front
make
yellow.
It this way. That's
So
better.
a real end saver there.
So opting to play the run back here, maybe dispose of a couple yellow stones. Interesting scenario here.
Yeah, a lot of angles to consider.
I think you can get rid of a few here. I think one of the comments on the ice was whether or not they could remove all 3. Unclear whether that middle one would ever go.
Yeah, I think it jams if you're running it back.
Yeah.
But you might be able to squib it off the center. As Reed Carruthers delivers.
Go! Go! Go!
Sweeping the curl.
It's a good shot.
And then we'll run it back into the pile. Lose 1 yellow.
An interesting scenario, changes up the angles a little bit.
Yeah, it most certainly does. Yeah, there's a couple different doubles available here.
Okay. Just.
No, solid normal.
So a double here now with an opportunity to lie 3. Falls to Scott Howard.
Trying to hit this a little bit on the high side rather than the nose double.
Yep.
Yeah, employ that roll as well. Get behind that corner guard.
Yeah, whoa. Shooter, get the shooter. Go.
Doubles made and rolled.
enough.
Had to sweep it.
Not quite enough though, as that rock will still be potentially exposed. Yeah, just a corner.
Yep. Yep.
Still a good result, despite Scott's frustrations.
No.
Like, I
So
mean,
Scott
to
frustrated
get it
there
actually
that it
there,
didn't
you're
go
looking at
completely
here.
under that red corner guard, so it does give McEwen an opportunity to come off of that and redirect into the middle yellow.
Killing two is amazing. Right?
Yeah, and Mike can make these shots.
Actually, you wanna
He's
go
exceptionally
thin.
skilled with
Think
big
forward.
weight. Very accurate.
Yeah.
You can even go an 8.
And they're saying just an eighth of a
Might just
rock,
move.
so a
I'm seeing
very, very
quarters
minor
making them
fraction
Yeah.
to make a lot of granite move.
But
Yep.
even this is great, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Not an easy shot, but certainly a shot that can be made when you're as good as Mike McEwen is. Both these teams at 2-1 so far after 3 games here in the
red stone.
Trials Direct Entry event on the men's side. This is the final round robin game before the seeded round robin begins,
Just move.
at least for these teams. Mike McEwen with his first here in the third.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
As he's thin by the guard, makes contact.
Shot.
Beautiful double there from Mike McEwen.
Excellent shot.
Your same board waiter.
Yeah. That was a hair light.
Makes that
Yeah.
look routine.
All right.
Solid
That's
board.
a heck of a shot.
Half rock high.
So he gets fully under his own red guard, which, however, there's still an exposure of the yellow. About 3/4 of that stone should redirect onto the
Solid
red.
board. Scott was a little quiet, eh?
Yep, and they'll flip the shooter to the left and see if they can eliminate a double
Okay.
angle back. So a 2 still in play here for Glenn Howard, but we'll need some shots to be made as he settles into the hack for his first here in the third.
Yeah.
Whoa. Close. Yep.
Tim March on the sweep.
Whoa. Dave. You got to go to save the yellow. Yep.
That rock will angle
Whoa. Great shot. Good call,
and
boys.
roll to the edge of the
Good call.
12.
Half stone.
Yep.
Good call by Scott there. Got a little nervous, I think, at the end that they had overcooked it.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, hair thinner
Yeah,
than
certainly
half.
had to bring the sweeping for curl back into play, and you'll see there it was
Third stone is perfect.
necessary as that rock
Actually,
is halfway out of the house.
First end, right
Yeah.
here.
So Mike McEwen with another thin double
Yeah.
attempt.
Yeah, certainly is there. Could spell a blank here for Glenn Howard.
Third is stone. I threw the peel here in the first one.
Mike McEwen here with his last in the third.
Go! Yeah! Yeah!
Sweeping to keep this one straight. That will ricochet off and make that double. What a fantastic shot. What a fantastic pair from Mike McEwen here in the third end.
Nice.
You know, a shot is close when they're asking them to go on and off all the way down the sheet. So very well executed shot.
Yeah, two really, really tough doubles. Just
I think this is going to curl.
absolute nails from Mike McEwen.
So a very well played end here in the third.
Yeah, certainly a lot of traffic that manifested, and then, you know, the boys decided to throw a bunch of doubles, and now we're shooting for a blank. Here in the third.
Yep. Really got to go, Tim.
Hit
Really
it
got to
again.
go. Harder, 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 harder.
Great scrub.
As Tim March will save that stone. Glenn was not happy with how he threw it. He thought he was going to be on the nose.
I think Glenn was pleasantly surprised that they got that one out there. I think out of his hand, he was expecting a single score.
Most certainly. So another rock saver from Tim March with the stick. And that'll be a blank for Glenn Howard here in the third. And that'll keep the score at 2-0. Mike McEwen over Glenn Howard thus far. Plenty of action left as we move to the fourth end. For those of you who are tuning in, this is Trials Direct Entry coverage on the men's side, live from the RA Center in Ottawa, Ontario. My name is Andrew Denny. I am joined by Lynn Kreviazik. Lynn, our resident expert curler here in the booth today.
Denny, haven't curled a game in quite a while. Don't ask me the tough questions.
That implies that I've been curling, which I have not. Certainly enjoyed a little reprieve due to a shortened COVID-19 season, but I'll be happy to get back out there, and I'm sure you will too.
Okay.
We have a full packed house here tonight. Not the fans, of course. We've got little to none, but out on the sheets. 5 sheets played tonight.
Yep, a full draw here at the 8 o'clock draw. No fans in the building, but Curling Canada will be planning to have fans in the building
I
for
think it's
major
probably
events,
in.
including Seasons of Champions events.
I think it's in.
And we are hopeful that that can remain that way.
Okay, Hutch.
And they're certainly planning for it. It'll be nice to have the roaring game roar with fans once again. As Colin Hodgson brings his first stone into the house.
Yes, I don't think that was the call. I think we would have just slipped in there. The call probably have been the center guard.
It's all there, buddy.
And Team Howard opting to play with the corner guard now.
You can go.
Yeah,
a bit,
certainly
Yeah,
was the
come on,
case.
get
Nothing to
underneath.
panic over, though, if you're Team Mike McEwen and Colin Hodgson.
Got to go, Dave.
That rock is still a valuable stone sitting in the top 8 there.
Long ones are useless. Good shot, boy Timber.
And Tim March will throw a corner guard. A good distance and nice and wide. Certainly will be employed later this end.
Easy on the line. Weight's good. A little hot.
With no fans in this building, it's a little bit colder than usual, Denny.
Yeah, it's been a little chilly here in the broadcast booth. I might wear my long johns tomorrow.
To your broom.
You wouldn't know it seeing all the guys out there in t-shirts, but
Yeah, they're out there busting their humps.
we're just trying to keep ourselves warm here in the booth.
Yeah, no campfires in here. But enough white hot curling to keep everybody interested. Tim March now with his second.
No.
Line's good.
Weight's all there.
Close. Line's good.
All there for
Looking to
weight.
come around that corner guard.
It's lots of weight.
Line's getting good. Line's getting real good.
It's all there.
Never Scott. Never Scott. Line's real good.
Yep.
Actually, Scott a hair. Scott a hair. Scott a hair. Yep. Keep going.
Glenn asking Scott to sweep it a hair.
Scott, Tim.
Do what your dad tells you to do.
Yep.
Certainly an
speed there.
interesting proposition.
Yeah.
Neither of them sporting much hair. I thought it was funny.
Heavy. This is to the half. Go. Heavy. Heavy. Go. Yep.
Derek Samagalski now.
Go. 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 Let's go, buddy.
Haji really leaning on his broom head there, trying to get some curl.
I had to, like, call
Shooter
line
will bump the
perfect.
yellow,
Yeah.
but failed to remove it from play. Yeah, just a little extra weight there. May have had that rock run straight. And so David Mathers now will settle into the hack. Throwing second stones for Team Glenn Howard. Looking for a quiet bump.
Hair light. Hair light. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
So Team Howard feeling that this rock here is in a dangerous position, so opting to remove it.
And that'll be a quiet bump there from David Mathers.
Just nose.
As that rock will stop and sit in the top of the 12
You'll be
foot.
shot. And he won't be able to nose back.
Bump.
So if Team McEwen goes after this rock here, it'll be interesting to see whether or not Team Glenn Howard will follow.
Yep.
I thought hard, but let me know.
Yeah, it's interesting there because if Glenn does choose to follow it and hit it, he won't be in the house anymore.
Hard. Right up, round. Right up, buddy.
Good sweep.
Very nice sweep there.
Yeah, Reed Carruthers. Excellent sweep.
Good throw.
He's been
A
in the
shot.
sweep position long enough
Can you
now
hold
that he knows
on?
what he's
I
doing.
could have called it a little better.
He's
Yeah, it's there.
a very skilled curler,
Right.
Reed Carruthers. He
Tough.
can do it all.
Same weight. It just nose isn't bad.
And they are choosing to
Same weight.
follow it, which I don't know whether or not they will be in after this point.
Yeah. Make
Not without some sort of roll. And I don't think they can roll to the wide side. So they'd have to roll to the center. So I think they're probably just trying to nose
Okay,
this.
pound more.
They are
Whoa,
shot on the
whoa.
left-hand side there.
Whoa. Yep.
And they do have hammer, so certainly a rock you can split in should you need.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Scarvin. Should be real good. Should be real good.
Great
That
shot.
rock will make contact.
Oh,
And
great shot. There? Nice shot.
might be biting.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Confirmation from Scott Howard that that rock is in and making me look like a fool. I didn't think you could get in rolling that way.
So there is an exterior sort of green just on the exterior of the 12-foot ring there. And trying to see confirmation as to whether or not that was part of the 12-foot ring. I understand it's part of a glow-in-the-dark curling netting.
Yeah, that was what we established on the last broadcast.
Wade.
The electric lime, hog line, and 4 foot.
Yep. Yep.
Quite a color scheme.
Oh, wow. Sorry, bud.
As Reed Carruthers will make a hit and roll here.
Whoa, whoa.
And roll big. And roll to the other side of the house in the back 12. Partially covered. Certainly accessible.
Yeah.
So they were a little bit surprised there with the amount of overcurl there. We have seen a few rocks, what they call jump, just a little last-minute unexpected curl.
Scott Howard
Oh,
now
got a curl. Got a
with his first in the 4th.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go real hard. Come on, Tim.
This rock
Come on,
is
Tim.
really
Come
warping.
on, Tim.
They're
Come on,
just
Tim,
by
the
the
back,
guard.
the back,
Still
the
need
back,
to
the
sweep
back,
this
the
hard
back,
in
the
order to
back.
make contact with the red. They'll make contact. Will they move it far enough?
Well, no, it's just the way light.
Yeah. Managed to hit it, but rolls out. And that will leave Mike McEwen a free look to hit this Yellowstone on the edge of the 12-foot on the tee line. And that task will fall to Reed Carruthers.
Yep. Hard. Really gotta go. Hard to stick.
Holy smokes.
Hard for peace.
Yeah, Colin Hodgson working this as hard as he can.
It's not easy out here, boys. It's not easy out here.
Yellow?
So it looks like we're getting a lot of unexpected
What's speed,
curl
boys?
way out in the
Looks
wings.
like you're sliding
Perhaps
okay.
some extra frost that's built up out there.
Good throw.
But some of the teams are getting a
Have to
little
believe
caught
it.
off guard on those.
Yeah, certainly could be.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
We haven't seen too much play on those wings yet.
I
Seems
can't
to be
hear
coming
you.
into play now.
No, you gotta
Go
go
here?
Yeah. It looks like it's okay. Top 12, boys. Okay. Give me a
Scott
pinch.
Howard here with his second in the fourth end.
So opting to move the play out to the wings,
It is.
utilize their corner guard.
It's heavy, boys.
Whoa.
Right off.
Whoa. Room.
Whoa. Dave's rough.
Dave a bit. Easy, Dave. Easy.
Dave.
Easy, Dave. Yeah, a little
Dave.
bit. Easy. Whoa.
Stay with it. Whoa. Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Shot, Scott.
Thanks.
And that rock will nestle into the edge of the 12.
That's lost. Sorry.
Overburied and peeking out the other side.
I kind of like our out-turn draw.
Sure.
And Denny, we've got viewers from all across Canada
We're in this
tonight.
area, right?
We've got
for the draw of the
Ryan Giddens watching from PEI,
Maybe more bite or
Michelle Dykeman watching from Cape Breton.
right there.
Wow, a lot of hardcore fans staying up late to watch some evening curling on the East Coast.
Yeah, I think this will curl more.
Sending our best to you from Ottawa.
I think it will actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about
you
it.
could probably get away with edge though, because of where that is.
Really, if
I think
curling,
that's good.
with curling this good, you can't miss the action.
There's
These
no
are two
curling
juggernaut
lot
teams
here
of men's
in
curling in
Ottawa.
Canada, and they are
So
vying
I
for
actually think this
keeping
is
their
the right
Olympic
height.
dreams alive, so a lot to play for.
Am I looking at a 15?
So the three men's teams that do not qualify will in fact move over to the event in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. So that will join some of our East Coast fans out there.
Indeed, can't wait. Mike McEwen with his first here in the fourth.
Line's good.
That's good.
And you are correct, Lynn. Every team in the Trials Direct Entry event is guaranteed a spot at the Olympic pre-trials.
Go ahead. Easy,
The Home
easy,
Hardware
guys. You gotta
Olympic
curl.
pre-trials in Liverpool,
Curl.
Nova Scotia,
Yep. Keep going. Got to be full 8 on this line.
which is the
Keep
precursor
going,
to the Tim
fully
Hortons
fully.
trials in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Good.
So a long road ahead for several teams. And that is the byproduct of having so many elite curlers in Canada. We have to ensure that everybody gets a fair chance.
They could run the double.
What's that?
They could run the double.
Will we see you, Denny, bring up a team for the Olympic run?
Run the double. and then-
Maybe the armchair curling
You wanna go
Olympics,
this way,
but
eh?
certainly not the real curling Olympics.
turn do you like?
In.
I think Canada's medal hopes are better,
Turn just ahead.
better
low.
rested
Stand back
with
here.
some of these elite teams
Hello?
here.
Yep.
I'd make that same joke back, but you are legitimately playing in the pre-trials, so
Actually, is it better?
I have
I'm
no
wondering,
card
I'm
up my
try-
sleeve
yeah,
for you.
maybe it's better across the face, eh? Right, because I'm going to leave my guard. Scott, does that make more sense? Is I going to leave a guard?
Yeah.
Okay. Agreed.
So opting to play the run back here.
Yeah, Glenn Howard looking to unlock the center. Has a second counter in the edge of the 12-foot and looking to free up some space here with his first in the fourth.
Real close. Whoa. Close.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Harder, Tim, harder.
As the run back
Shot.
makes contact and spills. An excellent shot. Rolls the
thanks.
shooter to the 4-foot line.
Moves that guard slightly into a different position, so forces Mike to draw underneath, but on a new path.
Indeed, taking edge of 4 ice to cross the center.
Back 4. You're looking for back 4. Back T for distance.
So Glenn appreciating the fact that Mike is going to make this as well as he can, in which case Glenn may have to opt to draw the button for a single point.
Yeah, with the depth of that guard, it's a very, very tight guard. Doesn't leave a lot of room to come around and bump a shot rock, presuming that this will be buried when Mike McEwen is done throwing it.
How's the weight?
Mike has been strong through this game.
Still think Derek's right.
Line!
Back.
Line!
You're going back 4, guys.
He's definitely made his hits this game. See if he makes his draws.
Line's great.
This rock finding some curl.
Back T!
They'll be by this guard.
Back T.
Whoa,
Back T.
Whoa, it's going to come out the other side.
Yeah,
Right to
go,
T.
go.
Whoa.
Good.
And that is about as precise as it gets from Mike McEwen.
I think did it with normal.
Okay.
Good.
Perfect shot there.
Yep.
So no real opportunity for Glenn to come around and chase it. So he will either have to elect to play the draw for a single or play the similarly same shot as he did on his last.
Yeah, it looks like he's electing to run this
Normal.
back and try and score 2. Doesn't want to get caught behind the 8 ball and concede a single. So it'll be a run back and a potential
What do you
2
say?
lying.
You just got to cross a millimeter.
Still doesn't hear him. Yeah.
As Glenn settles into the hack. Final stone here in the 4th.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. David. Harder.
They're sweeping to make this curl as this rock is run past the yellow or the red stone. And that'll be a steal of 1 for Mike McEwen in the 4th. Certainly close, but not close enough for Glenn Howard, as Mike McEwen
That's
will
how you get
take
out
a
of the jam.
3-0 lead here in this Trials Direct Entry event round robin match.
Job. Good judge. I knew I threw it
Quite an
harder,
end
but
we
it
saw
didn't feel
develop
like I
there,
threw it
Lynn.
that much.
One red.
Definitely.
A lot of quality shots made, and full credit to Mike McEwen for making that draw with his final stone. He made that about as good as you can make it. And it generates a steal of 1 for him and his team
I think you're stacking now.
out of the West St. Paul Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
He's not hitting. He's down 3.
Reminder that if you would like to see scores, updates, rosters, and more, you can go to curling.ca/scoreboard and find the men's Trials Direct Entry event. Or if you'd like to see those similar results in French, you can go to curling.ca/résultats. As we move into the 5th end, Colin Hodgson will settle into the hack. You have to think Mike's feeling pretty good here with a 3-0 lead, keeping Glenn Howard off the board for 4 consecutive ends.
Their team is playing very, very well.
Oh, yeah. Just they're snapping.
A lot at stake here as both of these teams are 2-1 in this round robin, with the seeding round robin to begin tomorrow. So a 3-1 record would certainly put you at the top. 5 very strong teams though. And those records will carry over a la championship pool, similar to the Brier and Scotties.
Line's great. It's holding for you.
Colin Hodgson now electing to come into the house with a 3-point lead. And that will settle, biting the 4-foot. Excellent lead rocks today here from Colin Hodgson.
Like the last 6 feet, I should come in there and actually scrub.
Here's Tim March.
Looks hot.
Lead for Glenn Howard.
Tight's fine though. I don't mind tight. Tight's good. Yep. So, get a deuce back here.
And you can see both these teams happy to get set up with their lead stones.
Oh.
So Team Mike
Love the
McEwen
all the way
opting to
down.
come
Loved it all the
straight
way
to their
down.
own
I
as
don't
opposed to
know.
the center guard.
Yeah.
You let it go.
I mean,
Yeah,
too.
feeling very comfortable with
Loved
that
it.
3-point
I go-
lead
I go,
and
that's-
not wanting
so
to
hard to call.
mess things up too much down the
Stay
middle.
wide. Derek,
And they will
zone.
take that redstone and freeze it right on top.
If you can, Derek. No.
Routine for Colin Hodgson, an exceptionally skilled
Want a
curler.
little bit of space.
So the thought process
Still
here,
needs
as
to
opposed to
curl,
just
but-
guarding, is that if Team Mike McEwen goes on to their own here, Team Howard being down 3 in order to generate points would need to utilize their corner guard. So they will probably opt to ignore the rocks in the middle here.
Indeed, Lynn, your crystal ball is correct. As Tin March will deliver his second here in the 5th.
Through it.
Line's tight. Really tight.
Looking for another corner guard.
Really tight.
Needing a little infrastructure here for Glenn Howard. Try and get back in this game.
Close as you can get it. Close as you can get it. Keep going. Close as you can get it. Got that going. Yeah,
As
it's
that
just
one
right
will
in
come
your
up a
hand.
little high.
2.5.
Certainly a double peel potential on that, but that'll be a problem for later in the end. As Derek Samagalski settles in.
So are they now trying to guard it now, or are they tossing another one in play?
I believe they're trying to guard.
Halfway. Yeah, I think max.
So as long as they can fully cover the top red rock,
Go.
avoid
There you
any
go.
double opportunity.
Dig. Just dig on it.
And the way the line is going, they are going to
Dig,
try
get
and bring
better.
this
Dig,
as
dig,
close
dig,
and
dig,
tight
dig,
as
dig.
possible.
Okay.
And that will finish
Gotta
up
get some
nicely.
action going here.
Yeah.
So it does expose a little bit of the one of their red rocks. Does give Glenn Howard an opportunity to hit and roll behind one of
That's
his
what I
own
thought.
corner
It's a big
guards.
roll.
Yeah,
We
several
gotta
candidates
hit
there to
this.
roll off of.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need to remove any of these rocks from play. The most important is to secure the roll behind cover.
And if you're just tuning in, that is Lynn Kriviazik here,
Quiet,
our resident
quiet,
curling
yep.
expert in
Yep.
the booth this evening at the RA Center in Ottawa.
Weight's good. Whoa.
Whoa, Tim, Tim.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yep.
yep.
Resident curler who threw her
Hard.
first
Yeah.
set of rocks
Hard.
today, Denny.
Hard. Yeah. Go, Scott. Go.
Got to start sometime.
Oh, God. Sorry,
It's just like riding a bike, right, Lynn?
Yeah.
We'll know tomorrow.
I don't know about you, but I've been keeping up with my fitness regimen throughout this pandemic.
3 nose, isn't it? Might be the best. Double.
And by that, I mean fitting this snack in my mouth.
Just nose it. Yeah. Easy. Huh?
Yeah, miss the
Sure,
early
easy.
COVID days when you would
Easy weight. Yep.
go out and enjoy just walks around the neighborhood, and now it sort of feels like normal.
Yeah,
Now we feel
certainly.
forced to go back to the gym.
Yeah, starting to come back to normal now, and having live curling here,
Clean.
a big part of that.
Yep.
Return to normalcy and
Right up.
inspiring
Right up,
fans
right
all
up,
over
right up.
Canada to get back to the rinks,
Good.
enjoy curling, get some exercise, and be social.
Denny and I are particularly excited that our club is opening
So he doesn't have
right
a
about
double.
now, and we've got our beer leagues starting next week.
Yes, we are fellow club
You want to do
mates,
that?
and very excited
Same
to
weight.
be back on the ice and say hello to some friends that haven't seen in a very long time.
Or have only seen virtually with our game nights,
Okay,
Wednesday
quite a bit
night curling
more.
crew. You know who you are.
Close.
Close. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't look as good on camera, so I'll be happy to see everybody in person.
Yep.
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 Yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yep. Yep.
Right
Yep.
to it,
Right to it.
right to it.
Right to it. Right to it.
Delivering a nice hit and roll.
Go.
They have overrolled a little bit.
I might be running, boys. Okay.
Certainly still a useful rock,
Too.
as Mike McEwen will mull over his options.
I like the freeze.
Mike seems to want to freeze into that pile, and that would be a very, very good call.
Okay.
Yeah, not a lot of opportunities off that yellow right now.
Now the yellow stone in a good spot. Glenn Howard still with hammer here in the 5th.
I'd hear hard.
Line. No. Lots.
Whoa.
Green.
As Reed Carruthers delivers.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
this
whoa,
curl.
whoa, whoa. Yep.
This
straight,
rock is gently finding its way into the house as it crosses the center
straight,
line.
Straight.
Sweeping to keep it straight is Derek Samigalski. Will bump off the yellow
That's not bad.
Okay, like
and sit flush with that rock at the top 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
right here,
It's just
Glenn?
barely in. Yeah.
Certainly lined up nicely underneath that guard.
It's a leg breaker.
Not inaccessible, however, with the way this ice is
Solid
curling.
hack. Solid hack.
Okay.
so a very nice result there. It definitely will not be one rock to remove the both of them. So Scott just trying to potentially remove one of them, but change the angles up to access the middle.
David Mather's indicating that this rock may be a little stronger than they had anticipated,
Dave.
as they're working
Okay,
to
go to the shooter
have this
there a
one
little
curl. It will come to the nose. Tim Marks will try and bring that red rock
Right out. Okay.
right out of the house.
It may not be there.
So it may have rolled open a little further than they previously anticipated, but still an okay result there.
Half rock.
Leaving Mike McEwen a double back, and he might be able to spill every yellow stone here with this double attempt. That would leave Mike sitting
Yes, if I
two.
can. Okay, smooth intern, boys.
Reed Carruthers now here with his second in the 5th end, looking for a double.
Hard.
Playing the intern on this one.
Hard. Yeah. Hard. Whoa.
As it will find purchase and remove both yellow stones.
And a very nice shot there.
Yep, sitting staggered underneath cover. Spells trouble for Glenn Howard.
It's all right. Okay. Real good. Good throw.
Still an angle available,
No.
and still the angle run back if they were to be so bold as to throw it.
Okay.
Both shots are there. I mean,
You like that?
the red's the best. That's the best. Oh, both shots are there. Probably the call, eh?
Looks like they're electing to run that red back into the pile.
A very quick conversation back and forth, but Scott seemed to be on board there with Glenn's call.
Tim.
A little wide, they're sweeping to make this one curl.
Tim's getting close.
As that will kiss off the outside of that first red stone and remove one and lose the run back. But the shooter rolls into a double stack guard along the wing.
Lucky to have removed one of them. It's very close to have gone straight by them both.
I don't really like guarding it.
Yeah, about
Where do we go
very
that we don't
close,
remove, like,
about as close as you can
Yeah,
make it
get
without
the nose.
actually making the
No,
shot.
we just had to get the nose.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, it wasn't
So if
easy.
you're Mike
But you had to
McEwen
get, gotta
here-
get the back one back a bit. But
Do you split
come
the
on down,
house
that's
to
a good
lie
shot. I just
two?
thought you were quick.
Do you
I was thinking if we do anything,
guard
we do this.
Oh, I see what
an
you're saying.
8-foot rock
Like half
to
this
leave
to
Glenn
here.
a shot for one
Just
in the
roll like
forfeit?
a rock plus.
Yeah, certainly a lot of
Like, so you're
options here
trying
from
to hit
Mike,
half the
and
stone.
a
Yeah.
lot of them are going to be driven
Half
by
the
which
here.
result he's chasing. Seems more likely that they're going to end up forcing Glenn Howard this
Yeah.
end rather than stealing. There's just not
Yeah.
quite
I
enough
mean,
traffic
If he
for
draws, though,
Mike
like,
to
he's
generate
gotta
a
go
steal
deep enough
without a
where I'm
miss.
on him, and
We
it's
were.
just-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like they've elected to play an angle bump. They're
then
going
you
to try
play
and
the
promote
outturn at it.
that red rock that already exists in the 8-foot to the back 4 and spill their shooter across the center line towards the left-hand part of your screen.
To here, because we're crossing. Right,
Yeah.
so the draw to there. Kind of looking at this area.
I was thinking middle. I think that looks a little tight.
Heavy draw weight should be more than
Yeah,
enough
put
to
more.
accomplish this goal.
So I'm throwing back 12. Back 12, cross it, a half stone.
So it is an interesting call in that I think the thought process here is that they would prefer Glenn to hit
You dropped it with your broom.
as opposed to draw.
Okay.
So by them having 2 rocks in-house, the likelihood that Glenn will hit as opposed to draw against a single stone.
Indeed, the logic checks out.
I got a little light.
Yeah, line.
As Mike McEwen delivers his first here in the 5th.
Okay, where's the weight? Yep, yep.
Just
Okay,
you're
okay,
drawing
just
now.
here. Okay.
Waiting for that rock to cross the nose. And it's a little light, so they're not going to be able to promote that rock, but it will
Okay.
settle into the back of the house there.
No, Colin. No,
pretty
no,
good.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, it certainly was the weight that they
My weight
asked. They
wasn't
wanted
far off.
back house weight.
Try and make
I think you just got to make the
Yep,
roll.
most
Make the dead
certainly.
roll.
Just
Even make the
overcurled
double
a smidge,
stuff
it looked
at the
like.
same
Thought it would run out better.
An interesting result nonetheless.
He's got it.
Yeah,
I guess he'll leave the double.
Maintains the core
I think you can do both.
premise of the
can.
original shot,
it
just
normal?
in an opposite angle.
Make the roll.
This will give Glenn
It's
an
normal
opportunity
enough.
to
Yeah,
hit
it's
this
close.
top red stone and roll
Yeah.
underneath that pair
Make the
of
roll.
stacked yellow guards.
Let's try and make the roll as best we can. Normal. Could do both. That might jam though.
Potential double here as well, should you make the roll.
Yeah.
Glenn Howard with his first here in the 5th.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Really got to go, Dave. Hard.
David made the sweep and
Big
keep
roll,
this one
Tim,
straight.
Big roll. Big roll.
As they'll be a little thick to get the double and just miss the roll as well.
Well, I mean, you could even like roll it right here too.
Yeah, I don't mind him drawing now.
Huh?
I don't mind him drawing. He hasn't drawn in a while.
So indeed another opportunity here for Mike
he
McEwen to
ever
get
play
his
the
rocks
blank
into
if
good
we roll
spots
the
and force
center?
Glenn Howard
Do you
here in the
care?
5th.
I don't think we care.
And an interesting opportunity to discuss really what do they want Glenn to be throwing on his last
Let's go
rock.
in front. So I kind of like.
Yeah, would you like him to be hitting or would you like him to be
to be
drawing?
honest, I just like a control.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
I think you can just put next to it with control.
Yeah, go just beside it. That's good. Control. Do you guys like rolling center a little bit? I think straight nose is probably good.
Until the broom goes down for Mike McEwen here in the 5th. Looking
Yeah.
to make a hit.
So I'm going to take a little more.
A nose hit certainly would do the job. A little flip to center.
Yeah,
Certainly not out of the question either.
Yep. Clean. 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 Curl. Clean.
So another well-played end here by
Roll.
Team
On
McEwen,
its own. On its own. No roll. No roll.
which will end likely in a force for Team Glenn Howard.
Yeah, as Mike McEwen sits 2 now. There is a
Although-
double there for the blank.
As I say that,
You
he
have a
looks at
blank
the
of
double.
2 and 6, it's massive.
Okay.
Thing is, how many more risks can you take?
Really is a risk-reward shot. You could hear Scott in that conversation discussing
my first
if
thought.
they were to score
So if he knows
in this
it, I think we
end,
gotta go for
what
it.
it would mean in a 10-end game. So I think they are going for it. It would be a blank attempt, would it not, Denny?
It would be a blank attempt, yes. I don't see that rock sticking around if they make that double. Glenn Howard with the final stone here in the 5th. Looking for a double and a blank.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Certainly
yep,
looks
yep,
close.
Yep.
The angle is there. That
Shot.
rock is ran and made. Quite a nice angle double there for Glenn Howard. Coming up clutch in the 5th, facing 2 McEwen stones. So the score will remain 3-0 as we move to the 5th end break. And we'll take a break too. And we will be back with coverage as soon as this intermission is all over. See you soon.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live here from the RA Center in Ottawa, Ontario to bring you men's trials direct entry action. My name's Andrew Denny. I'm joined by our resident curling expert, Lynn Kreviazek, here in the booth. Lynn, what can you tell us about the first 5 ends of this match that sees Mike McEwen lead Glenn Howard 3-0?
This has been a really good game, Denny. I mean, we saw the first end was up and back, a very classic first end game. But these last 4 ends have really proven that these teams really like to have rocks in play, which is great for the spectators, great for our jobs, and a lot of made shots.
Just an absolute masterclass of shooting thus far here on Sheet C in the 8 p.m. draw. at the Trials Direct entry event between Mike McEwen and Glenn Howard, both at 2-1 records thus far through this event. It'll be a modified double round robin with the initial round robin seeding for a seeding pool, and then the highest seeds qualifiers, Q1 for example, playing the lowest seed qualifiers, Q4 and 5. After which, when the dust is settled, the best record will get a direct bye into the Tim Hortons Trials in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Whereas the 5-team pool here, those who do not qualify will go to the Home Hardware pre-trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. So Olympic dreams hanging in the balance, but every team here in this division still with ample opportunity.
An interesting qualifying process for sure. A tournament with only 5 teams is a little unheard of in the curling world, but you know, a modified triple, as you mentioned, or a modified double, as you mentioned. But the alternative, of course, you're not able to run a real double or a triple knockout in this format. So here we are, 5 teams.
Yeah, and certainly a modification thanks to a lot of the events that generate points for these teams were canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And still needed to qualify teams, and the only fair way to give everybody a chance is to let them play off. And that's what brings these teams here to Ottawa, Ontario.
And a lot of the teams spread across the sheets. Again, we have 5 full sheets out here tonight, a lot of them coming from quite a ways. Team Howard being the quote-unquote local team here from Ontario.
Yeah, hailing from Penetanguishene.
Good. Gotta go, Dave.
About 5-6 hours from here, I would say, give or take.
Shot, Tim.
And Mike McEwen's rink, hailing from the West St. Paul Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Certainly wouldn't want to make that drive. That's a long one. All these teams are very acclimated to traveling, though. They're all slam caliber teams who regularly travel to compete.
Might have been a while for a bunch of these teams to have been on an airplane.
Yeah, certainly an odd sensation.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Line's a little tight.
We're a little deep.
Glenn Howard here with hammer in the 6th.
Weight's okay. It's a little deep. Needs to be off.
He trails 3-0 to Mike McEwen.
Line, just go. Just go. You're not deep.
And an interesting start here.
You're not deep. Good.
Sounds crazy, but you could just draw.
Yeah, Mike McEwen electing to put all 3 of his first stones in the house.
Yeah.
And Glenn Howard with 2 corner guards as we were getting set up here in the 6th.
And choosing to ignore. So Glenn does have an opportunity to hit and roll after, I guess after all of these stones here, but electing to ignore and draw around his own corner guard.
And this will be David Mathers delivering here his first in the 6th end.
Room right now.
David now makes his home in Ottawa, Ontario.
Getting better.
Keep going, Tim. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. No.
So
you
not
keep
a
going,
far
Tim.
commute for him to come play in this event.
Back 8. Okay, whoa, straight.
Nope. Our little town home has some roommates, extra roommates this weekend.
David Mathers, indeed your partner and husband.
Almost husband.
Apologies, almost husband.
Fake COVID for that.
Fair enough. We'll call him your life partner.
Try to get it. If you chip the guard, that's fine.
Mike McEwen now chatting over strategy.
Okay.
So a nice shot there. Maybe an opportunity to follow. Mike is suggesting backline weight. And of course the tolerance on the shot is to sort of tick off that corner guard, either roll into the rings or at least roll to a center.
Heavy. Solid hack. Solid hack.
Derek Samagalski now.
Straight. Straight. Whoa. Heavy. Go. Straight. Straight. Hard. Go. Hard.
They're sweeping to keep this ruck straight. They'll rub off the red and on the yellow.
Nice shot.
And that is a nice audible there to remove that yellow stone.
Yeah.
Team McEwen now sitting 4. As Glenn will elect to bring that guard into play and draw around.
So still opting to ignore
That's
here
an easy slash.
with 4
Yeah, we
rocks
just gotta
in
get
play
more
now.
Ross.
I guess the 2 rocks in the middle
We
there are a
don't
little
grab like
staggered, give off of a pretty simple double opportunity on the nose if presented with that.
Pound less.
Close. Easy, Tim. Roll, Tim.
Yeah, Glenn certainly looking to get on the board and in multiples, so he's got to set up extra points somewhere. And the best place to do it is to tuck a couple behind those corner guards.
Back
Easy,
forward.
Tim.
And then deal with the red traffic after that.
Get it over Ross. He's going to play the hack
Yeah,
later.
keep going then, Tim. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Mike McEwen
Keep
certainly
going,
won't
keep
make
going,
that
keep
task
going,
easy,
keep going. Okay,
as
good
his
enough.
team has been very
Good
sharp
shot.
through 5.
And we see the same result there
Crazy
for
to do the same thing.
David Mathers with a shot in the exact same spot.
Lift
So
the guard.
McEwen actually maybe a little bit more buried than the last time. So
Yeah, like the guard's a
McEwen
good call.
choosing what to do here.
No, peel the guard.
And this might be the first time that the teammates don't necessarily agree with one another.
Yeah, it seems like the 3 down at the hack are looking for a peel, whereas Mike is now contemplating his options.
Yeah, I know.
We'll listen in.
Straight peel it. I don't even think we run it then. Yeah, I know. So let's try to go thick over top. You like the end? I do.
So it sounds like he's aligning with his teammates and going with the peel.
Yeah, on the intern side, taking very tight ice.
Yes!
Reed Carruthers,
Hard!
his first here in 6.
Hard!
We might disturb something.
As that peel is made and
That's
bumps
pretty good.
one of the rocks in the 12-foot, changes the angles, but largely will be of little consequence.
So now what do you do if you're Glenn? Do you throw up another corner guard, delay the play, or do you make the move on some of the rocks in the middle?
If I hit
Nolan,
that
you asked me
double,
that
it goes
question
right
like
on
I
the
know
ear,
any
doesn't
better.
We're on to third rocks now. Scott's
I was
first.
going to hit this one and go here before. Now he's made it.
Certainly a lot of options. You could
Is there any way it hits
play
this?
bump,
You
bump,
can jam this.
and
You
try
do
and
this, dead
move
jam,
those
you go
rocks
there.
back behind the T line.
Just
But
gives him
you'd
that.
really love,
If I
if
like
you're
this-
Glenn Howard, you'd love to bring that
Yeah,
yellow
that's going right
stone in
into
the
that.
8-foot into play
Hitting
somehow.
that for fun. We might lose the yellow.
So we have all Team Glenn Howard
I think we
members
ignore
down
those.
at the
Oh, we
far
just dead
end
jam that one and roll
chatting
into
about
here.
this one.
I don't know. I got to hit the back of the
Just
red.
gotta
Every
hit
once in a
that.
while you have to give the front end a voice, right, Denny?
If
fine.
you choose to do
That's
so,
fine,
I mean,
Tim.
the front end is there to carry
you're not
water
whipping.
and sweep the rocks.
If you dead nose it, are you hitting this
I
one?
say that as a
That's
lead.
what I mean. It's. I can stuff the red. It goes
might.
past the yellow.
So they're looking at some angles. I wonder what.
Problem is then he hits that in line 3. You don't like that, eh?
That's what my first gut was. Doesn't roll on top of the yellow, does it?
That's really bad.
Yeah, because that could kill us.
I mean, I could nose this.
Problem is then he yeah, well, it's real tough. You're going to probably go there, and then he runs everything.
Yeah. Like Tim's right. If I do that,
Well, you could throw it with firm weight, dead stuff it, point.
he might have to in off his own to get all of them. Yeah, it's. Oh, maybe not. This will be higher.
It's a good shot.
Pretty good, Timmer.
It's precise.
So this is the first real time both teams have taken a
Yeah, I know.
real chance to chat out
Certainly.
a shot in full.
Yeah, and you'll see the value of playing 2 quick first ends, banking
you're
some
right.
time.
It has to
and
hit there to be bad. and I
does,
don't
yeah.
think
the
it
teams
will.
don't have to take a timeout.
Okay. And if you tick any one of those, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I think you throw it fairly firm.
Okay.
As close to nose as possible. Hair high, try and go there.
So they're going off the very top rock, Denny, thinking that that second stone will redirect, and there's potentially a possibility of removing 3.
It seems to be the case. Hit it as close to nose as possible. You shoot that second red rock that's in the 8-foot a little more sideways.
So they were looking at it for quite a while, so interesting to see if Scott Howard hits nose here, what he will get.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yep.
good
Yep.
normal.
Hard. Yep. Whoa. Yes. 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 Yes.
As that rock will get things moving. Makes contact with all
Oh,
three.
great shot.
And will
Beauty.
spill them all.
And a very nice shot. He ended up hitting that just high, which means that he just undercurled from nose and managed to remove 3 redstones.
Yeah, it's a much better looking house for Glenn Howard now. And a clutch triple there from Scott Howard.
And fairly light in weight too, Denny. No, most of the time you hear the word triple and you're expecting your teammate or your opposition to be throwing it quite hard, but
Yeah.
pretty controlled triple takeout just there.
Yeah, that was maybe normal firmish at best. And thanks to how lively these rocks are, you get a lot of action off them as soon as they make contact. Reed Carruthers now, to Mike McEwen. Trying to come in precisely and bump that yellow stone out from underneath the cover. They're just by the guard. And a little skinny back bump to Roan in the back 4.
Good shot.
And a very nice result.
Yeah, certainly locked that shooter in there now. There's
Yeah,
The only
nice
way
shot,
we
Reed.
get down there.
Yeah, exactly.
no good way to get rid of that one if you're Glenn Howard.
Sorry.
These are the same stones that were being
Great
used
shot.
in the 2021 Calgary Hub City Bubble, although they were resurfaced by Canada Curling Stone before this event. So all the teams who have played with these stones and may have a rock book on them, you can throw that out the window.
There's no need
got
to kill
that,
this.
but
Just back 12.
to leave it in play? Just do this?
Yeah.
Great.
They want us to kill it.
So a very, very small hole
That's out in play now?
opportunity to hit nose on that center stone and send it straight through.
I
So I
can't hear a
think
thing.
the team might be opting just to tap it.
Yeah, I certainly can throw big weight at that, just the way that red rock, that high red
tap it,
rock that's
yes.
biting the 4-foot closest to the tee line. It's not going to go anywhere
Okay.
if you make contact with
We need
the
rock.
If you
the
did
red
that,
stone
it's like-
first.
I guess he's got the slash.
Oh, like, if I'm anything high side, it takes the yellow.
He just lobs another one in. I'm never getting rid. I like
He
to make,
lobs it
I
anywhere
like to
here.
make a play. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Let's tap into here.
Yep.
So the team will elect to
Move
tap
cover
that
rocks.
stone back.
No.
Build a
Got
wall up
anywhere,
behind
so
it.
Got a really hard chance. This is pretty good, Dave.
I know. I guess if you get it to here, it's pretty good. Just past it. Let's go.
Another tough
Back
shot
low.
here for Scott Howard.
How's that ice? Is that a lot? Yeah. Like that, I gotta cross. Where was Dave's? Okay, little less. Little less.
So questioning the ice here, asking for a little bit less.
No, that's, yeah.
If you're the one throwing the rock, you want to feel confident in where that broom placement is before you throw.
Yep, you have to believe it.
A little tight.
Yep.
How heavy?
And it looks like they're going to have to sweep this one early to maintain the
Line's
line.
good. Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Looks heavy.
Whoa!
Got to curl, Tim. Curl.
And the weight may have kept it straight.
Curl, Tim. Curl.
And they got to work this rock to get it across.
I think you just leave it.
And that is not the result they're looking for, but the shooter spills to a good spot.
That'll play.
Yep, certainly locked in the 4-foot there. Not going to be easy to remove if you're Mike McEwen.
Probably the shot, bud. 1 point, around the nose. Sadder, I just rip it, but I could lose this straight low.
Yeah.
And it's auto deuce. I feel like that's the shot. I think straight nose is the shot.
Certainly getting into the thick of things here now,
That's just giving two.
Yeah.
as both teams taking their time,
Like if
strategizing.
I think if
I mean, but this is
So
good.
they can get to shot rock if they come right to the nose of the yellow and tap it back slightly.
Oh, it's
it's
hot.
not bad, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great result for
Don't
Mike
mind this
McEwen.
call.
Certainly would be a tough one for Glenn to get after.
Yeah, it's that or thin.
Score remains 3-0 for Mike McEwen
think it
as
is
we play the 6th.
'Kay.
Glenn Howard with hammer.
Bump.
Okay.
And the broom is down as Reed Carruthers instructs Mike McEwen that, hey, let's play this bump.
Be able to whack it?
And so Mike will make his way to the hack and chat it over with the front end.
I think just rip the back one in.
So is he second guessing the
Just try
call
and get
here?
rid of both at the back then.
Yeah, it sounds like the front end put something in his ear that he liked. So he'll make his way back down the sheet and talk to Reed Carruthers.
Sometimes as a skip, you head down to the other end, and it just doesn't
Maybe
look
we
as
did
good
just
as it
rip
did when you were standing right there. That might have been a
I
self-induced
think you just rip
change.
it.
Okay. Okay.
You've done some skipping in your time, haven't you, Lynn?
Wednesday night curling league, does that count?
It absolutely counts.
You ever try to clip our
May not be the
red
best
too, or
accolade,
just-
but it certainly counts.
Let's get rid of it. Okay.
And a new consensus has been found for Team Mike McEwen as Mike will settle into the hack and vigorously clean his rock. A 3-0 lead for Mike McEwen as he throws his first in the 6th.
Whoa, whoa, curl.
Yeah, sweep of curl now. Make contact with that Yellowstone. Bump that red just a smidge.
Yeah.
Shot rock remains Glenn Howard's yellow.
So it didn't curl quite enough on them. I think they were trying to release a couple more of those
turn.
reds.
So I rolled off, right?
So
And I
that
was here.
yellow remains pretty locked and loaded where it is. It'll be quite hard to remove at this point.
Pull and draw away too, right?
Yeah, it would be,
There?
Yeah.
Emily high side's pretty good.
would have to hit it very, very thin on the high side just to shoot it sideways. And I'm not sure if that shot will even exist after Glenn is done here with his first.
I'm guessing a bit on the ice here, boys. Oh, I got the weight. It's just the ice I'm concerned, yeah.
Where's the best place to put this rock, Lynn?
It's an excellent
I
question,
think
Denny.
it's decent.
Does he go right to the nose of his own, knowing that the one
Actually,
that's
go-
currently there
I'd
is
rather-
really
I'd
not
rather
going
high
anywhere?
side than low side, right? Like,
Yeah, that angle certainly would be favorable. You could put it
Yeah.
slightly on the center line side as well,
Yeah.
and it would ensure that that yellow stone is firing back into the pile, but then the top rock would spill across center if it was struck.
You have to think that wherever this is going, McEwen is trying to remove at least one Yellowstone.
Yeah, most
Can't
certainly.
bump, boys. Can't bump. Room. Yep.
So you heard
Line's
Scott
good,
Howard say
room,
right
room,
away, can't
room,
bump this
room.
stone.
Line's good. Whoa, room. Close, yep. Yes. Hard deep.
As Mathers and March are working this stone as
Hard
it draws
deep,
into the
right to
house.
it. Right to it. You got a beauty.
Fighting to
Keep going,
maintain the
keep going.
line.
Nice shot.
And that will bump the rock ever so slightly. And overcurl a little bit past the nose.
So they lost it just a little bit at the end there, so you see that it's not quite on the nose, and enough of an opportunity for McEwen here to likely remove the top stone. Again, unclear whether or not that second stone's going. But you'll see a high and hard one here, I'm sure, from Mike.
Yeah, hit the top one thin enough and hard enough, and the back one might catch the outside of that red and spill long out the back left side of the house. So opportunity here for Mike McEwen to do a little housekeeping in the 6th.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
As contact is made, it dead jams.
I wasn't sure if that. I wasn't sure if it's
yeah.
So
Same.
certainly a difficult shot there.
I think so.
Very, very tough to
Good
get
nose
both.
those.
And
Whatever
the
you
Yellowstone stays in the 4-foot.
So if you're Glenn here, do you overcurl a full rock to try to come right on top or in the middle of those two reds?
I could
He
just
is
love.
electing
Me too.
to come the other way.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he wants to mess with the draw at all. Looks like he's just going to throw
I
a
can get away with solid board. I think
yeah, a heavy board and bump that rock that's closest to the forefoot, the red rock closest to the forefoot, right on the nose to score 2. It'd be pretty tough to miss this. A lot of targets here. Final stone in the 6th coming your way.
Yep. Really gotta go, Tim. Really
Tim March on
gotta
the
go.
sweep, really holding for line.
Right to it. You need more. Good scrub, good scrub, good scrub.
As that rock will come down and bop it on the nose to sit 2 and score 2 for Glenn Howard in the 6th with hammer. Took 6 ends, but Glenn Howard is on the board.
A little bit of a panic sweep there, but nothing Timmy can't handle.
Yeah, he's huffing and puffing, but he's in good shape. He'll be fine. That'll make the score 3-2 for Mike McEwen with a 1-point lead as we progress to the 7th. And Team McEwen will have hammer and will look to widen that gap. You're watching Trials Direct Entry action
Scott made that top.
live from Ottawa, Ontario at the RA Centre. And a reminder, you can find Curling Canada on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with the handle of @CurlingCanada.
Oh, almost perfect. Like almost got dead buried.
Certainly an opportunity now for Mike McEwen to
We could have actually
put
made
some
that
work
perfect.
Oh, I know.
in, widen this lead. Hasn't had the hammer in
Double gun.
what
Which
feels like a
one?
fortnight.
Somebody's got to score.
We've got some close games going on across the sheets.
Yeah, certainly a lot of action here. We've got another men's direct entry trial event there on sheet B, and it looks like the women's direct entry pre-trial action on A. I honestly can't see the scoreboard because I'm not wearing my glasses.
2-2.
High one.
Thank you.
Line's perfect.
Not yet.
Line's perfect.
You got a little bit, Dave, a little bit.
Line's perfect. Line's perfect. Just clean it. Just clean it up. Nice throw, Timmer. Attaboy.
As Tim March will throw a very nice high guard. And those are tough to throw as a lead. Very easy to hog those stones.
Especially at the end of the game when the ice may or may not have changed, especially in that middle center path.
I thought heavy.
Doesn't
It's
seem
never
like the
four.
ice has changed all that much so far. Still some shots
No more than
over
that.
all over the map where both teams are sort of
Just bite the 4.
misreading the ice a little bit, but a little bit of over curl sometimes that we're noticing. But for the most part, very good ice here at the RA Centre.
Yeah, and a big thanks to John Wall and his crew as our head ice technician for this event. As all of these facilities and resources will remain in place for the RA Centre membership. And there will be some high performance training done at this facility going forward.
Halfway. Like
And
to say, Carl.
every day is going to look like a national championship with that blue carpet and blue
Line's
siding.
good.
So a very exciting
Car's
way
gonna
to
go.
play the
Car's
game
gonna
if
go.
you're an
Straight.
RA member.
Car's gonna go.
And if you're interested in
Distance.
curling,
I
you
need
can always
distance. We
contact
need
Curling
distance. You
Canada,
gotta go. You
the
gotta
Ontario
get it
Curling
there.
Association, or the
Okay,
Ottawa
Tim,
Valley
that's fine.
Curling Association if you're a local around these parts.
I think we're going to have to come back here,
like
Denny, to
going
play
right
some
here.
glow-in-the-dark curling.
You don't have to twist my arm for that one, Lynn. That'll be more than ready.
Max.
And then when you miss all your shots, you can say, I didn't see it, I can't see.
We can wait.
Colin Hodgson delivering his second stone now of the 7th.
Curl.
Looking to warp
Curl
one around the
distance,
pile. And come frozen to his
Distance.
first stone.
Distance. Okay.
And that'll nestle up just barely
Later
biting
on,
the
right.
8-foot.
All
A
right.
double stack behind a double stack.
Yeah, we've got an interesting end. I don't think we've had one where it's all played to the middle.
I
They've
do
been
too.
fairly spread out so far, so
Yeah, Mike not electing to throw any corner guards, whereas Glenn chose to throw the corner guards with hammer.
No. That's tons of ice.
So David now being told to draw to the back of the house
I think it's good.
and
That's a lot.
has to go to the back behind the tee line in order to ensure that there's enough room to curl to become buried.
Yeah, it's a hairline.
Line's good.
Right close.
No cakewalk
go.
these draws to
There you
the
go.
back of the house.
Line's good.
A little trickier for the sweepers as well.
Hard line.
And quite easy to end up
You
sweeping
got
these
it,
all
though.
the way
Line's
through.
perfect. Line's perfect. Come on, go get it in there. You got to get it in there. You got to get distance, distance. Hard 10, overcooking it. You're overcooking it.
That rock will nestle up to the red stone, biting the forefoot. It is exposed, but of no matter as Mike McEwen will line up this double peel.
Win.
I love the end.
Yep, I threw this. Cross.
Derek Semigalski with his first.
Hard, really close.
Yep.
Really close.
Hard.
Really close. Hard.
As that rock will find the angle, shoot it back, and make the double peel and spill the shooter all the way to a beautiful corner guard. Fantastic shot.
Oh, 100%.
Derek Semigalski showing everybody at home how it's done.
This one?
So we'll see a couple guard replacements for these next few shots.
Straight guard the red.
And until there is a miss, the teams will likely just continue to play such.
Indeed, a little bit of posturing now as we progress through the seventh end.
Weight's good.
Easy.
Air hot.
Where?
Almost in.
Tight. Did you freeze it?
No.
Talking about this rock being a little heavy and talking about plan B.
Just out of the ring.
No, it's not in.
Just out of the ring.
You got to go, Tim. It's really got to
Yeah,
curl.
you got to go. Curl.
Fine.
Scott.
Well, that stone ends up being the right weight.
You might be making a play at this, Derek.
So no need to panic from the sweepers, just communicating to ensure
going to get here because he could get good.
it's okay to be wrong as long as you're talking and constantly communicating.
No, it could.
But there's such thing as over communicating, right, Denny?
I would agree, but I'm also not a national champion.
No one leaves double, though.
As this peel is made
around here.
by Derek
I guess he
Semigalski.
runs that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You could do
Routine
this.
for him.
You could do
So when does someone switch
misses
it
the
up?
double.
Glenn's looking at it right now.
Yeah, all depends on what kind of angles
this.
you're
I don't like
being
this
presented
setup.
with and
No,
how many
neither
rocks
do
you
I.
have
He can
left.
get it here. He can get us here.
You ever throw it here and he peels it back?
We're toast.
You can throw as many guards as you want, but at the end of the day, Mike McEwen's rink would
Want
be
stuff
happy
it
to
and
peel
roll it
them
here,
all.
hope there's no double.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You'll have
This
to
your
challenge
first?
them
Yeah.
eventually. To which they will say, bring it on.
Hit roll Timmy's way.
Now, Scott Gomer Howard comes into the hack.
We do.
Haven't heard that nickname too much tonight, have we, Lynn?
We have not.
I've been 5'7". I must have threw it wrong.
Maybe he's
Better wait.
outgrown it. Scott Howard's first here in the seventh.
Whoa, Tim. Easy.
Hard. Yep, Dave. Shooter.
Dave's trying to keep that straight, trying to roll the shooter to the wing.
That's good.
That's an excellent shot. Does leave the double back, didn't quite roll quite far enough. And it looks like they will pass on the double and
Just roll
instead
to it.
looking to roll into the pile. That will give Mike McEwen a great opportunity to score multiple.
Okay. Sure.
As Reed Carruthers settles into the hack for his first.
Off. Yep. Wait. Go. 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 Okay.
As that rock will come to the nose and sit in the 12-foot.
That's fine.
It's a great shot.
For those of you who are just tuning in, the
make the
score
double,
is
it's a
3-2
gimme
for Mike McEwen here as we play
So I
action
go
in the
this
seventh.
way, right?
Same thing. isn't it?
McEwen
automatic.
throwing red
I think
stones.
this is a shot.
Howard throwing yellow. McEwen with hammer. In this,
You just
the
fit it.
trials
You just
direct
gotta move it
entry
ahead.
event on the
Or-
men's side.
I'm thinking
Solid
more
board?
weight. I think
that?
normal.
That was firm.
So
Yeah,
what
that
do you
was
do
normal.
here as Team Glen Howard
That's not
trying
going very far.
to
No.
keep Team McEwen,
I
the
gotta hit it
red
thin.
team, to a single point?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of options here.
No, it's not awful.
If you're Glenn, you're probably not
Not
thinking
bad.
steal at this point.
Yeah, 'cause
You're probably
he's
thinking
not gonna
force.
make this, because then you got it back.
That's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
with no guards in play, it seems
It's really tough.
unlikely that
Oh,
we
no,
have a
no.
steal at this point. So
Unfortunately,
what
you
is
gotta
the
make
best
good
course of
shots here.
action for a force for Team Mike McEwen?
I don't like
That is true. That's a great shot you make it.
But yeah, you ever
I
put
don't
it,
hate.
you
I
ever
don't
put it
hate
here,
this one.
it's terrible.
I don't hate this one. What's he gonna do?
It's not bad, Tim.
Actually, he knows it, and then he's probably gonna hit and roll into here.
He,
then
he
I
might
know.
play a slash.
Let's do it. Right on the nose.
Hit.
Normal.
Yeah.
And after chatting it
last
over
one
with the
curled.
team,
Yeah.
Glenn and company decide to make a nose hit call on this rock here in the top of the 12-foot, figuring they like the angles. That task will fall to Scott Howard. A fairly routine nose hit.
Whoa! 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 Tim! Gotta go, Tim.
The thought process being
Hard,
if you
Tim.
were to
Hard,
roll
Tim.
into the center,
Hard, Tim.
Clean.
That's gonna work. That'll work.
it would give an opportunity for a double and potentially a roll.
Indeed, as Scott Howard bumps that and rolls just a bit to the wing.
That ran weird.
Seems
Didn't
satisfied with
throw
the
very
result.
hard, and that ran straight for the longest time.
Yeah.
So a very awkward double,
like the
very
out?
thin double if you were to ever attempt it. So Mike
Actually,
McEwen
it's a
going
good
with
call. I like
the
it too.
single.
Yeah, board weight, just roll into the center here. Reed Carruthers with his second here in the 7th.
Whoa. Yep. Close. Whoa. 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 Curl. Curl. Curl.
He's coming in.
Curl. You gotta go on the roll.
Right to it.
Go on the roll. Nobody.
As that roll will make contact and
That's good.
spill and bump off the existing Red Rock in the 8-foot.
Yeah.
And an interesting spot for sure.
Really
There
hard.
might be a double there on
best
the
you can
reds
do
to
hit it
escape
through here.
hitting
If I
your
put
own
it right-
yellow.
Put it here.
And then he
But of
runs
course,
the
your
other
rock
one.
would land right there and give a double right back. So
Ooh. Which one?
Yeah, and that's a tailor-made
Hard.
blank. And,
You're probably gonna give him a double back, Davey.
Mike McEwen would love to have a blank opportunity here in this end. Retain his 3-2 lead and then continue with a hammer in the 8th. It's about as a dream scenario as it gets.
I'm sort of feeling this.
Yeah, you gotta get something here.
No.
do you ever draw back house?
Yeah.
Bite a piece of the 4,
Time
full
out.
8 to lie 2, and force Mike McEwen into making a good shot for a
I can
single.
come around.
Certainly seems
he
like
flash
that's the
that,
plan as
make
Team
it?
Glenn
Yeah,
Howard calls a
that's right.
timeout. We'll listen in.
That's really hard now. This one, Jesus.
Yeah.
I feathered that, the game's over. I hit the too thick. I don't like that shot. If I could place it, I'd leave it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Does what?
Does
you
what,
can't
Tim?
get this.
That's if you can put it right there. We're shot.
What else you do? You see anything else? And then that locks on top of here.
And then he hits and splits at the rings.
You might give me a double.
Yeah. It's not awful. Like you said.
So, okay, what he's going to do is then he's going to hit this. And then what do I do? Okay, I guess we
No,
draw
what if
for-
you hit it
we
right in the
draw
note?
for two.
Yeah.
I like either the draw or play that. I don't mind that hit. You got to hit something up there, or it's no picnic. I know.
What if you nosed it, boys? Nosed it. Hopefully this comes across, taps this to here. And then you're here, this the red's here. It's pretty good.
It's no picnic, but
Yeah, if it was a picnic, it wouldn't be curling.
I don't love either one of them because I don't think they're not easy. Okay, let's hit it.
What do you want to do though?
I think you hit half a rock and roll as far over as I can.
Oh no, I don't like that a call.
Why? Yeah.
I was thinking you leave your yellow up here, red's here. Hopefully this gets to here. No. All I'm seeing you go like this. This dead, that's here. And then he
going there
plays
no matter
this
what, it's
back,
going
he
there.
sits 2 red.
Let's go around.
And after a lengthy discussion, Team Glen Howard will elect to draw around everything towards the back of the house. You can sense a little bit of urgency in Team Howard's play now as they realize that they
In the good stuff, back line.
may perhaps be running out of ends.
Okay, so I got to throw even harder.
Glen Howard with his first here in the 7th.
Whoa! Whoa!
This rock has a lot of room to cover.
You're by. No, it looks really heavy.
Certainly needs to grind and curl.
Has not curled yet,
Nope,
which is
nope.
an indication
Yep,
that it's
yep,
probably
yep,
on the
yep,
heavier
yep.
side.
Whoa, whoa, yep.
There it goes. Found some traction as it dives back towards the center. It will be open,
I mean, it
but
does
had a long way to come.
It's a fine line
gonna
of
give
too
him a
much
gimme
ice.
double, but
A
does it
scenario where you
matter?
give a little
No.
bit less and perhaps it hits that path where it
Well,
just
they want
takes
him
off
to-
and curls a little bit more
You know,
than
I could pick
expected.
it, but you make the same draw. And
So
Yeah,
I think
most
you
certainly
play this, you crush it.
tough to mitigate
Flip
that
is right there.
scenario.
interesting spot for sure. I don't know what the angles are if you were to hit the top one. What do you think, Denny? Think it's there?
They're looking at it quite closely, which leads me to believe it's not as obvious as you might think. But they seem keen to line it up, so there must be an opportunity for it.
Half stone?
I think, yeah, thick half.
Thick.
Yeah.
Thick half, I agree.
Okay.
Definitely on the thick side. Just smooth?
Yeah. Thick half.
So a chance here from Mike McEwen to make the yellows go away. And would likely sit 2 or 3 after that, depending on where a shooter rolls to.
Smooth.
With hammer here in the 7th.
So you have to hit that top red thin enough that it does not redirect onto the second red. And so then where does that first yellow, go straight backwards?
Yeah, it's a great question, and one we'll get the answer to in just a few short moments here as Mike McEwen prepares his first.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
That rock is curling hard. And it makes the bump, jams on the yellow in the back, and has the reds spill intermittently throughout the house.
Interesting that all of the reds managed to stay in the
gotta
house
go
on that
intern,
one.
don't I?
Yeah, certainly hit it thick enough
I
with
don't
the
wanna give him a
shooter
double.
I know, but you can put it
to
here.
stick around.
Intern.
So
is there too,
although
though.
Team Howard is shot, a little concerning that there's 3 reds in the house.
Just don't want to give him a double, that's all.
Yeah, rock
I guess
placement
once
will
I'm
be
deep, you can
put it
paramount
right here.
on this
I
following
know.
shot.
It's just speed again, eh?
So not only do you need to put it in a spot that
What do you
does
guys
not
like?
give him a double, but you're Glen Howard, you need to put it in a spot
don't
that
wanna
you
give
feel
him a
most
double.
comfortable. So which path
you
do
put it
you
right
know
here, too.
best?
Okay, let's go.
As a sweeper, which path do you know best?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what shot is going to give your
Let's
team
go
the
here.
best potential for success?
I think that's
You
the
know,
button.
these are people curling, not robots. So not everything is a mail it in, see you later type of scenario.
So a little surprising that they're maybe not opting to throw the wide in turn, but perhaps it's a matter of
It's just
not
trying to
knowing
get
the
the room in
path
the right
there.
spot. It's the hardest thing here. That looks like a ton. I got to get it in there, though.
Yeah, certainly ample room on the outturn side.
Okay, and I got to take.
And you have to leave those those reds alone.
Okay.
If you try to ever double them off, you leave a double right back for the easiest 2 you'll ever see. Glen Howard's final stone in the 7th.
Where are you? Room. It's going to curl a long way, boys. Got it, Carl. Never, Dave. Got to go, Tim. Hard, Tim.
Yeah,
You're
they're
making a
sweeping to
move.
make this one, Curl.
Hard, Tim. Hard, Tim.
They're going to get it to dive across the
Oh,
center line.
Tim, go.
As they're by the red.
Go, more.
Trying to work that rock in. It'll
good.
sip in the top 4.
So a pretty good result. Enough underneath that I do not believe there is a thin double there.
I think it's worth it, man.
Maybe an Al Hackner double, but not a conventional double.
You can throw firm.
And if you were ever to throw, you throw the run back for a single, draw to the button for your single, but I don't know that there's an opportunity for multiple points here.
Yeah, the only way I see you score in multiple is
like
that Hackner double.
Yep.
And
Quarter makes it, eh?
by gum, it looks like Mike McEwen might throw it.
Little. Quarter?
Oh, I
Indeed.
hit what I see, and I'm good.
Well, we are
Even a hair left.
about to see something special here, folks.
Is there a plan Z where you hit it even thinner off the top red?
I feel like there's a little bit of bite coming in on the
If there
center.
is, I don't want to see it. That just scares me.
Yeah, firm weight.
So Mike McEwen with an opportunity here, and certainly a bold shot call, but absolutely available for him as he looks to play the ultra-thin, deep double with his final stone in the 7th. It's underway.
Whoa, close. Whoa, curl.
Weaving the curl. This rock is straddling the center line and makes contact. It is off the. What a fantastic double for 4 and the win. Mike McEwen. Absolute double machine this evening. My goodness.
He saw it and he wanted it.
Yeah, that was about as wild as it gets there. So there you have it. 7-2 will be your final after 7. As Mike McEwen defeats Glenn Howard. And just an absolute clinic from Team McEwen there. That was so impressive. That deep double did not look too easy, but Mike McEwen, completely undaunted by the situation, decides to throw it.
A very well played game by Team McEwen here tonight.
No doubt about it. We're trying to confirm if we're going to move over to sheet D. So we'll keep you here on the line. So that will lead Mike McEwen to a 3-1 record, as Glenn Howard drops to 2-2. And Mike McEwen must feel good about his chances now of being a #1 qualifier. And will play the 4th and 5th qualifiers should he lock up that position. And a reminder that you can check draws and scores and rosters at curling.ca/scoreboard. Or if you'd like those same results in French, you can check out curling.ca/résultats. What do you think the difference maker was here today, Lynn?
Wow, I think, Mike just saw a couple really key shots that he wanted to play and executed them exceptionally. You see it, you make it. And, Mike was just on fire tonight.
I don't think he missed a double. He that one end where he made both doubles to secure his points, and then that thin double for 4 was just phenomenal. Early candidate for shot of the year. Certainly was deep and thin. We appreciate you tuning in to Trials Direct Entry action on the men's side. Curling Canada is happy to provide this broadcast for you, fans across Canada, or all over the world, depending on where you're tuning in from. This event does lead to the Tim Hortons Olympic Trials in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but not before the Home Hardware Olympic Pre-Trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. 2 events here in Ottawa, the Trials Direct Entry event, as well as the Pre-Trials Direct Entry event, with the Trials participants all obtaining an automatic berth into the Pre-Trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia, should they not qualify for the trials directly here in Ottawa. Still awaiting confirmation if we're going to go over to Sheet Delta here. As you can see, and it appears that we will be going over there. So to give you an update, Team Kelsey Rock versus Team Laura Walker. And that is the Trials Direct Entry women's side of the affairs.
Got a rivalry here of some former teammates. Everyone on the ice is very familiar with one another.
Certainly looks like it's been a back and forth affair as we look to the scoreboard. Looks like Kelsey Rock with a big 3 at one point. Seems to be the difference maker in the 6th. As her team leads by 2 in the 8th with Hammer. We appreciate your patience and sticking with us here on the Curling Canada YouTube channel broadcast. We'll be broadcasting more action Saturday and Sunday, 5 draws tomorrow. And you can tune in and get live notifications of when the broadcast flips live by pressing the subscribe button underneath this video. It's a large red button. And if you hit the bell notification, that will send a push notification to your mobile device, tablet, or desktop computer if you're logged into YouTube. You'll see this rock being swept to the T-line for Team Laura Walker. I believe it was Kim Cameron who just threw that.
So Team Walker, what have we got going on here? As we move to Sheet D tonight. Team Walker without the hammer here in the 8th end, down by 2.
Yeah, it's certainly shaping up to be a tight finish here, as the Redstone hits the roan and rolls out. Looks like that was a run back attempt that just kind of held out there. Saw Rachel Brown attempting to sweep that rock to curl. And I believe that's the famous duo of Pooks and Ferg playing there for Kelsey Rock.
So Team Walker here, although down by 2, lying, I believe, 3 rocks. I think that one on the side is just hanging on without hammer here, however. So probably trying for the steal, and one in a good opportunity there, just offside the button. So likely going to be guarding this a few times to secure a 1-point steal.
Yep, going to be hard to outcount that stone. Right along the T-line. As Laura Walker makes her way down to the hack. And down 2 without. This will be Laura Walker's first here in the 8th. Rock underway.
So Team Walker missing their routine lead, Nadine Scotland, who I believe welcomed a child into the world recently. So congratulations, Nadine.
Wow, fantastic news, Nadine. Congratulations. Hope everybody is happy and healthy at home. A well-placed guard there from Laura Walker, as she sits 3.
Yeah, so does this ice curl enough to come to it for a slight tap? So we're going to call the timeout here for a team discussion.
Yep, get everybody on board. Looks like Kelsey Rock skipping. Looks like Danielle Schmiemann playing 3rd. As we get our rosters official here for you. And the team discussing how they're going to generate more than one here. Looking like a corner freeze has been the consensus. Everybody seems on board. Yeah, as Kelsey Rocker make her way down to the far hack.
So the thought process here perhaps being that a 1 steal is not the end of the world here. Team Rock, if they were to give up a 1 steal here, they're still up 1 with, playing the 9th end. They will go probably hard for a blank end.
Yeah, it certainly would. You'd love to keep the hammer in these even ends. As Kelsey Rock delivers.
So I think both teams have been very fortunate to have training facilities out in the West, both the Saville Center and I believe also in Morris, Manitoba, where they've had opportunity to be practicing.
Yeah, a lot of curling infrastructure out in the western provinces of Canada. Certainly not short on curlers either.
Got Battle of the Alberta on this sheet. Of course, Kate Cameron, an import from Manitoba, northern Manitoba, I believe.
A lot of good curling trivia on who's born where and who's playing where.
Yeah, with all the residency rules, you know, you have the opportunity to be playing with people outside of your province. It's not uncommon to see top-level teams with members outside of a single province. And Team Walker being one of those teams.
Well, certainly. Allow the best players to play. And so Laura Walker will look to remove this red stone that is nestled up on top of the button, with her last here in the 8th. Rock underway. And gentle scrub to keep this thing just a little straight. And now a little more urgency as this rock is jumping. Ooh, just by the guard. And that will come to the nose and flip right on top.
And a very nice result there for Team Walker.
My goodness, that is one heck of a shot there from Laura Walker.
So pretty similar to the what we had seen on the on our feature sheet with that extra little bit of curl at the end. So definitely something for the vices or the thirds to anticipate in their line calls.
Indeed, big finish on all of these surfaces here at the RA Center in Ottawa. If you're just joining us, Team McEwen defeated Team Howard 7-2 in 7 ends.
After a heck of a shot by Mike McEwen in the 7th end.
Yeah, that was
Do we have a highlight reel on this broadcast there, Denny?
You know what? We'll poach it off YouTube and we'll ensure that it gets to the right people. Because all of these videos will be archived on Curling Canada's YouTube channel, so you can go back and visit and watch your favorite matches over and over again.
So a pressure sweep here from the sweepers, trying to get it for Shot Rock.
That rock will rub and rolled a shot stone. Kelsey Rock.
Great sweeping by the front end duo there.
Absolutely, a team shot all around to save the end against 4 to score 1. And that will extend her lead to 6-3 here in the 8th. Goodness, that is one heck of a shot there to even just score 1.
That was a big point swing there. That easily could have been a tied game.
Most certainly. And the teams will confer with each other as they make their plans for the 9th.
Both teams doing very relatively well for their time. Their time clocks at about 10 minutes both the team, which means about 5 minutes an end. That is plenty in our curling world.
Indeed, you'd be hard pressed to burn through that much time for 2 ends, unless you decide to stop for a cup of tea and a conversation with somebody next to you.
I would love a cup of tea.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
It's quite cold out here.
Yeah, maybe for tomorrow. Lynn and I will be back in the broadcast booth at 9 p.m. tomorrow. 5 games to be broadcasted here on youtube.com/curlingcanada. I believe the times are going to be 9, 1, 5, and 9. No, maybe 4 games.
Be an early draw if it was 5.
I agree.
We'll get you up here at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, no, it's 4. Feels like 5 sometimes when you're in the booth long enough. Yeah, as Rachel Brown will get us started here in the 9th. Throwing lead stones for Kelsey Rock.
So a big 3-point lead here for Team Rock in the 9th end.
Yeah, sweepers a broom up on this one. They want this to be in the house, but preferably not behind the tee line. As that rock will slip to the back 4.
An okay miss, though. I mean, the miss there would have been the guard. Of course, you're not trying to have many rocks in play being up 3 points.
Yeah, you're certainly going to see a lot of hits and house clearing type affairs if you're Team Rock. As the corner guard will be thrown up for Team Laura Walker with their first here in the 9th. A very nice corner guard. And Team Kelsey Rock looking to draw to the 4-foot here with their second. As this rock comes into the house.
And just next door, we have handshakes on the sheet with Team Burt playing Team Casey Scheidegger with the Scheidegger win.
Yeah, someone's blocking the scoreboard there. It certainly looked like a handily done win. Appears to be 9-2 the final. And that game concluded after 7 ends as well. And the double stack guard on the corner is now going up for Team Laura Walker. You start to see that strategy implemented much more now with the 5-rock rule. Certainly promotes more rocks in play and more scoring.
So Team Rock opting to go with the centerline guard here, which is an interesting call in that it's the team that's opting to want to keep the house a little bit cleaner, traditionally not throwing the guards, but the way that they have the end set up with the 2 rocks as they are, the guard here likely the best call. Sweeping it either to make it curl or deciding to bring it in.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring that stone in just to the top 12. Dana Ferguson on the delivery.
So now Team Walker here with the opportunity to utilize their corner guards. They could choose to ignore the rocks in the middle and draw around the corner, but the middle is getting a little clustered. So in order for them to access that stone later on, they're opting to pursue the hit and roll. Again, you want to throw this with light enough weight that your shooter does not roll completely out of play. So you're seeing a controlled weight hit here by Taylor.
Yeah, certainly want to keep that shooter in play as much as possible in order to bring it in to score. As that will go bump, bump on the top of the 12.
And no surprise that Team Rock going straight for the peel on the corner guards now. This is their cleanup mode.
And a nice easy peel there for Dana Ferguson. Taylor McDonald now for Team Laura Walker, playing second. Settles into the hack. Looks like they're playing a quiet weight bump. And they are sweeping to keep this one straight, trying to maintain the angle so they can roll the shooter behind that corner. It comes a little flush.
So,
raises that red rock back.
well, both times just with a slight over curl, coming to nose rather than getting that roll towards their corner, leaving a slightly awkward stagger in the middle there. Rock could sort of choose to keep those as guards for herself, but again, up 3 points, choosing to clean up the center.
And that'll be Danielle Schmiemann on the delivery. As they walk this rock over, and it will clear front of house with a very well executed peel. And that's a nice open house there for Team Kelsey Rock, much to the chagrin of Laura Walker, who will look to draw around her corner guard with Kate Cameron's first here in the 9th. Guess you could have guessed she was from Manitoba just based on the tuck.
The tuck or the broom gave it away?
Both. Is this rock looking to find some curl here? The weight looks very nice. That's Heather Rogers sparing for Nadine Scotland, wearing Nadine Scotland's uniform. And it looks like Kelsey Rock is going to peel the front of this guard. As that will be automatic for Danielle Schmiemann.
Don't you just love her last name?
That's a great last name. There's a lot of good last names on this sheet. Scotland, Rock, I mean, that's about as curling as it gets right there. Kate Cameron with her second here in the 9th.
So are they playing the straight freeze on the red rock? One of the toughest shots in curling because it involves both the right line and right weight. You can probably afford to tap this a little bit if your line is good, but no issues there. What a wonderful freeze.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. That thing is dead frozen right on the lid.
So very difficult to remove.
Yeah, especially with that yellow fringe rock there in the 8-foot.
So,
Plain catcher.
so knowing that it might not be fully removed, you as Team Rock, do you ignore it and hit the side one? The safer option, of course, being up 3 points.
Indeed. Now, coincidentally, that's actually the same ice for the draw, so we'll see what they're
Think
playing.
she's going for it?
I'm not sure. Really comes down to preference, and I'm not one to speculate. Unfortunately, we don't have mics on these players. Maybe we can take the broadcast booth down to the side of the sheet and let the microphones pick up the conversation from there. Kelsey Rock now with her first in 9. It is a hit indeed.
It's either a hit or a very heavy draw. Just kidding.
If the sheet were about 200 to 400 feet longer, that hit would turn into a draw eventually.
So the safe call there, although she's not shot rock, she knows that she's up in the scoreboard, so the safest choice there. And an interesting opportunity for Team Walker here. What do you do, knowing that being down 3 points, you essentially need your 2, but do you go hard for a 3rd point in that there's only 2 rocks left?
That is the million-dollar question as a timeout is called here on Sheet D. Laura Walker will take time to confer with her team and chat about their options.
So they just made their last freeze perfect. Could they ever collectively do it again to line up now 2 yellows? That's how you bring the 3 into play.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you on that one. That would be the line of thinking that jumps to mind. And going for the 3 is a great option. Very little time left in this game, as we are in the 9th. Kelsey Rock leading 6-3. Looks like they're discussing a thin double as well. It is a thin one. But if the McEwen-Howard game was any example, we know that those thin doubles are
very possible.
Extremely makeable. And so the ice is down. Looks like they're going to freeze to the pile, would be my guess. Unless they're taking... nope, I don't think that would be true. Laura Walker here in the 9th with her first. As that rock is underway. Hearing Kate Cameron say the line is good. And it looks like they'll have to scrub this a little bit for weight. As that rock will pull up into the full 12 and just barely biting the 8-foot. Certainly offers very good protection for shot stone. Kelsey Rock will now have to contemplate her options on how to remove that stone. They might elect just to remove it. If you run it back and catch the far outside of the yellow stone, you might be able to lose everything. But it is difficult as those rocks are extremely wired. Regardless, we'll have our answer here in a few short moments as Kelsey Rock settles into the hack for her final stone of the 9th.
I think she's just making it go away.
Yep, seems to be the case. Just looking to remove that yellow stone, as they will hit it very thin and just underneath their existing red rock there in the 8-foot. A little bit tense there for a moment. You certainly want to keep that rock around as insurance.
So opportunity here for Team Walker to score their 2 points.
Yep, just an easy nose hit. There's a guaranteed deuce. Laura Walker's team had a lot of success at the 2021 Scotties representing Alberta. So certainly a team that is more than capable of mounting a comeback and winning this game. Kelsey Rock may have something to say about that, though. And it looks like we'll have action that proceeds to the 10th, as this is the final stone here in the 9th. As this rock is straddling the center line a little, sweeping to keep it clean. And that will come up to the nose and flip to the center for a certain deuce for Laura Walker here in the 9th. That'll make the score 6-5 in favor of Kelsey Rock, who will have hammer in the 10th, up 1.
In a game where we have not seen any steals on the scoreboard as of yet. So it will be interesting if Team Walker needs to change up the strategy, or perhaps they haven't gone for the steal in ends past, but we'll see an interesting 10th end here, down 1.
Yep, they might be saving some magic cards up their sleeve for a very special steal situation, such as this. Don't want to give away all your secrets right away in a game of curling. So always good to keep a couple of plan Bs tucked away.
We'll see some center guards, I'm sure, trying to maximize the amount of rocks in play.
Indeed, as both teams still chatting it over. And the onus will be on Team Walker to get us rolling here in the 10th. And so Heather Rogers will get us started, who is sparing for Nadine Scotland at this women's trials direct entry event. Looks like it'll be an out turn. My guess would be a guard. I feel fairly safe in that assumption.
But a 1 or a 3 guard.
Yeah, it looks like a number 1 guard so far. What's your preference? Do you prefer to throw the 3 first and then the 1, or the 1 and then the 3?
Might be easier to throw the 3 first. Now you have a little bit more room to play with. Throwing that one just over the hog line is your second rock.
I tend to be in agreement.
If you've seen your opposition play some ticks, of course, naturally you might want to put that rock in a different position. Have them look at something a little bit different.
Absolutely, keep them on their toes.
So is Team Rock playing a tick here?
Sure seems as though it's the case. It looks like it's just through weight-wise. And the line will come up as they will just kiss off.
Perfect shot there.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
If this could ever swing into the rings. Wow.
A little late crank at the end just to bite the 12.
It's an excellent curling shot.
Sheesh. Fantastic stuff there.
So still means some rocks in play, however, although they are far off to either side. More the merrier for Team Walker, who's looking for an opportunity to steal here.
Yep, they'll replace that guard right back where it originally was.
So we're looking at a different spot here, so it's not as easy for Rochelle here to simply replicate what she had just done.
And my apologies to Rochelle for saying Rachel earlier in the broadcast.
Well, now I'm questioning.
One of us has to be right. I'd rather it was you who's right. I can always beg for forgiveness. And they're fighting to keep the line on this one. It'll bump and roll.
And that is a pretty darn good pair.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets if you're looking for ticks from a lead. Goodness. You know, that could be enough to win the game right there if you keep the center line clear like that. Quality shooting here in the 10th.
We're going to see a repeat of more guards here, maybe in slightly different positions, but Team Rock second here. Dana able to throw the peels. And so the only fear here is jamming and having any of the rocks maybe roll into a more dangerous position. Team Rock here just going for a simple single peel here on the center rock.
Indeed, keeping it simple in the 10th. Up one with hammer. No need to get complicated. As that rock is peeled off.
And that's sort of as we had mentioned there. That was really the only thing that could have gone wrong was a peel it into a side rock that could then redirect into the center as we just saw. So that rock's certainly helpful for Team Walker. Although it's not quite on the center, it certainly plays as a center guard as it did previously off to the side.
Undoubtedly a little lucky there, or a little unlucky, my apologies.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things that you know exists in the back of your mind, but you
always something that's available though with those tick shots, right? When you're knocking those rocks into either corner.
Indeed, that is the case.
So Team Walker probably looking to line these up more so than putting it right on the center, because of course if that rock was a little bit more on the center side, it would be an easier double for Team Rock here. So seeing those rocks are a little bit more evenly lined up, a little bit more difficult to remove both at once.
A wealth of knowledge you are, Lynn Kreviazik. And certainly flexing your muscle as our resident curling expert today in this evening's broadcast. And so at what point do you figure Laura Walker decides to bring things into the house?
Likely on Skip's first rock. So Kate Cameron's going to throw another one up here. You'll likely see Kelsey heading up straight for the single peel, assuming it's in the same approximate location. Laura Walker likely just going for the single steal here. I don't think you would go aggressive enough to go for the double steal for the win. So you're going to go a single steal here in the 10th and look for a single steal in the extra. So that rock slipping a little bit deeper and a little staggered, so a little bit less curl than the last. So you can see now there is an opportunity for a double peel and roll away.
A little cleanup duty here for Danielle Schmiemann. Looking to make two granite pieces move. That rock will come to the nose and jam on the second. Spill the shooter past the 4-foot line.
Got a little bit lucky that it rolled away as much as it did, but definite over curl there. And we've got quite a few rocks in play now, so an opportunity for Team Walker here to come around if they would like, but they're going with one more guard.
Yeah, I like the additional guard call. Force Kelsey Rock to continue to peel. Yeah, as Kate Cameron settles her second.
And that's a great spot.
Yeah, in an excellent spot.
So forced to do the single here.
Yeah, it'd be really tough to get that double peel and not stick the shooter around. As the single peel is made.
So here we are. We're on skips first. So as Laura Walker, do you throw one more guard or do you come around now?
It looks like they're icing for the guard.
So she seems pretty confident that she's able to make that good last draw on her final shot.
Indeed, we'll give Kelsey Rock something to think about. Does she peel with her first, or does she come around and say, I'll beat you there? Convention says peel, but we're seeing a few more teams adopt the aggressive strategy. Certainly a higher risk call should she choose to make it. Laura Walker now with her first in the 10th.
And they're calling top button.
Oh. Again, don't I look the fool.
So she's trying to make this one good so that Rock has to decide whether or not she's chasing it or she's forced to play the peel to open it up.
Indeed.
So this can stay above the tee line.
Slips just behind the tee line. Full four with a smidge biting the button. Still an excellent shot.
An excellent shot in that it just slips behind the tee line. It almost, makes Kelsey question whether or not she wants to follow it, saying that it's just behind. But I think she's playing the safer shot, which is the single peel, where you'll see Laura Walker decide on her next one, where does she put her next rock to make Kelsey's very difficult to score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a couple different options. You can try and bury one so that if she does hit, she'll force her to hit it closer to nose. She could choose to protect with another guard. She could choose to freeze on top in order to solidify the position of that initial stone. Certainly options here as Kelsey Rock delivers her first here in the 10th. They're sweeping to keep this one straight. And the straight peel is made, and the shooter rolls.
It does the job.
Yeah, it certainly does. And so we'll see where Laura Walker chooses to place this final stone here.
So, Denny, do you ever go a biter just for your second point as just something else for her to look at? Or do you just try to solidify your single point and just go a simple guard?
That's a great question, Lynn. My personal preference, if I were to throw this shot, I would. It depends. I really don't know if Kelsey Rock's been super strong on her hits tonight or super strong on her draws. I think that would be the deciding factor, is sizing up my direct opposition to see where they've been the strongest and make them throw the opposite. Because the degree of difficulty on the guard and the freeze are equal. And as you said, they're talking about just this little biter now.
Just a bite over the other red that we believe is also biting, so that Kelsey is looking at 2, essentially looking at the loss on her final stone.
You're the better curler than me, Lynn. I think you should be answering those questions.
So it looks like they're calling the biter shot. The tolerance here being a little short, being a successful guard, making Kelsey draw the button on her final. Again, anywhere deeper would entice Kelsey to hit. And she definitely does a strong hitting ability, so you certainly want this draw closer than the 8 foot to give Kelsey sort of a short double attempt.
Laura Walker here in the 10th with her final stone. Looking for a steal to keep this game alive. Yeah, both sweepers quickly on this one. As they're trying to make this one curl now.
Can they get it a bite? Can they get it over enough that it's fully guarding?
Yeah, not a biter, and might be halfway exposed there. Just a couple of feet short of the intended target. And Kelsey Rock seems confident that she has enough of this stone to hit.
It's definitely enticing to chase because your alternative is the out-turned cold draw to the button. So at least this in-turn attempt, maybe a little bit of extra weight, you have something to tap to. So you have certainly some plan B options on this in-turn side.
Absolutely. As the broom is down, and Kelsey Rock proceeds to the other end. The potential shot for the win here in the 10th. Looks like they'll be throwing hackish or boardish. Certainly not a heavy take.
Yeah, you could throw a range. Oh, you could throw a range of options here. You could throw anywhere from back 4 weight to a board weight, and she has brought the broom in, so which makes me believe that top red rock is in, or she sees enough that she simply just wants to
remove it.
Remove it.
Yeah, I think that top red
Peel
rock
it out.
is in, so they're going to choose to throw weight at this and take any guesses out, as this is the final stone here in the 10th. Sweeping to keep it straight.
Cleaning it in. Looks like a great show.
Indeed, and that will make contact and spill it out in a score of 1 for Kelsey Rock in the 10th. Excellent 10th end there on that matchup. And that will conclude our broadcast today here at the RA Center in Ottawa, Ontario. My name is Andrew Denny, and I was joined by Lynn Kreviazik. Lynn, thank you so much for having us.
Denny, I had a blast, and I will see you late tomorrow evening for the 9 o'clock draw.
Absolutely.
We'll be back here.
Bring a tea or a coffee, because it'll be a late one.
I'm bringing a blanket. I was not told about this weather situation, so.
It is a little chilly here in the booth, and we appreciate you tuning in here at youtube.com/curlingcanada. And don't forget, we will be back tomorrow for 4 games, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Set your alarms, set it on your calendar, or you can hit the bell notification underneath this video to receive a live push notification to your mobile device, tablet, or desktop PC. Signing off. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Get your tickets now at curling.ca.